Good afternoon, welcome everybody along to this big double header between Dubai Sharks and Abu Dhabi Harlequins. It's a day of rugby down in Dubai, the Emirate, one of the seven, and we've got the blend coming out onto the track here right in front of us. The boys are about to get underway. I'm going to hand you over to Charlie and Sammy, who are going to take you through today's commentary and take you through the game itself.
Awesome, cheers Grant. Hope you have a good call at the game later on this evening. Good afternoon ladies and gents.
Good afternoon, everybody. Another warm day for us here down at Sport City.
Yeah, very hot this one. A 1 PM kickoff, not sure whose idea that was, but yeah, I'm not sure who chose that one, but hopefully it will be a drier ball. It won't be as slippery and we might see a little bit of faster game of rugby today.
Fingers crossed, humidity's definitely come down over the last few days and it's a good day for some expansive running rugby. It'll be great to see what these two teams can put on offer for us today.
So Sam, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Why are you up here in the com box with me and not down on the green grass?
I wish I would be down there on the on those green pastures, but unfortunately, a injury in the first game of the season against the Pumas has put me out for a few weeks, but hopefully I'll be back for next week against Sharjah down at Sport City again.
Nice. Those pesky Pumas.
Those pesky Pumas, yeah. But ankle's healing well, and it's great that we've got so much strength in depth, and competition's still there for these Sharks boys. A lot of these lads running out for the seconds now could easily be in that first team.
Oh, for sure.
Kickoff is underway now with James Tutton kicking off there. Nice high ball. Pressure's there with a big hit straight away from Sharks.
If anyone can hear some really annoying noise in the background, that is the live entertainment area, the other side of the pitch. Just the drummer seems to have been checking his drum kit for the last 45 minutes, and if anyone's at a loose end in Sport City, they wouldn't mind going over and just telling him that his drum kit's working. That would be ideal, and then we can all hear ourselves think.
I think that's our first scrum of the game coming up now. There was a knock on them by Sharks, some nice attack play there. Boys just getting used to that ball in hand and testing that Quins defence.
Sam, have you what's your commentary CV looking like these days? Have you been and done this before?
Many times. I usually get paid for these gigs, Charlie. But I thought I'd do this one through the love of the club more than anything.
Right.
Yeah. How about yourself, Charlie? Strong CV when it comes to commentating, or?
I wouldn't say it was strong. I would say a bit naughty. I did a little bit of live when we first got into live streaming matches over here. I was doing it on my phone, and I'd have a couple of cold zesty beverages in the left hand,
yeah,
and the right hand would be the gimbal with the phone, and I'd do a little bit of commentary, and it was obviously very thirst quenching work.
Of course.
What happened was I probably had too many zesty beverages. I got a little bit too carried away, a little bit too passionate, and yeah, a little bit of French, Dutch, German would come out.
Oh wow!
Languages that probably weren't really.
Yeah. So you're like Mr. Worldwide of commentating, just slipping into some of the languages there whilst commentating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Strong scrum there from Sharks.
Oh,
nice offload,
and there we go.
James Tutton is in for the first try of the game. Lovely play off the back of the scrum there, Charlie.
Lovely pirouette. Let's just we've got to get the ball boys in action now. We've got some of the mini and youth boys down today to help out with the ball boy duties, which is great to see. And first up, with only a few minutes gone, they might be made to work hard today.
James Tutton just asking for the tee there, getting himself set up. I don't actually know what James's sort of setup is for his goal kicking.
I don't think he does. I think this could be the first kick of the season for him.
Yeah.
He's
looking confident. He hasn't tested the wind. I don't think there is any.
Well, he'll be able to feel the wind in his hair. Sorry, he'll be able to feel the wind on his ears.
He's very much got an approach like Dr. Evil there.
Yes, he has.
Look at that. And he slotted it.
Oh, he has.
He slotted it. Wonderful. 7-0 up. Just 5-10 minutes into the match at the moment.
Nice.
That's
Nice off the back of the scrum there from Mount with the pirouette, and then a beautifully presented ball. Just it rolled off the palm of his hand into the hands of Tuts, and it's through onto the try line.
It was like he was flipping a pancake, just a little toss up in the air, and it was easily caught.
Yeah, it really rolled off his fingers nicely.
Yeah, you've got some fantastic eyesight to see that so well.
Yeah, well, you know, I could have been a pilot, they said, with my eyesight.
Wow.
I just lacked all the other skills.
Quins are kicked off there, and well caught by Amit with a little tip ball. Just securing that ruck just outside Sharks 22. And James has gone for a bit of a crossfield kick there, testing the long ball for Quins. The fullback's got it now, and he's gone on a bit of amazing run. Well tackled into touch though.
So that's good net gain there.
Very good net gain. And we're in for our first line out of the game now.
Okay, we need to know if anyone's listening to us. We want to hear your feedback. Obviously, be polite. Don't tell us to disappear or anything. But if you're there, if you're listening, if you're on any of our socials, or if you're on Fine Fit People on YouTube.
A lovely flick back there in the line out. Sharks secure that ball.
Some harmonious music in the background. It's almost like if I'm in a spa.
Hopefully the boys don't play as if they're in a spa. It's certainly not looking that way so far.
No, not at all. Amit with a tap and go, and then here we are. Williams with the flash out wide. Dermaid in there. Nice quick ball.
And a knock on there by Sharks, Rob Harris. Quins have turned that over, secured the ruck, and it's onto their forwards as they rumble it up the field for probably one of the first times this game. Going up the middle now. A nice little offload again. But the referee's going back here to the original knock-on by Sharks with no advantage coming to Quins there. We've got Big Nev now coming in on the screen. He's getting himself primed and ready for the first game.
Coffee Club's not started
Coffee
yet.
Club's not started yet for the first, but it will do soon. So some of the first boys will start tipping up now, supporting the seconds. Boys going for their first scrum now. Well, sorry, their second scrum. Let's see if it can be clean first time and they can get that ball out. Solid scrum there. Quins have played that out to the 10. Onto their inside centre. Nice little jink and dart. But a solid hit there from James Tutton there. Not getting any gain from the Quins boys there with that solid tackle.
Apologies if you're seeing the screen jump around a little bit. The technical boys next to me are doing all they can with their tripod to make sure that it's nice and stable.
Sharks just getting done there for sealing off, so Quins get a kick and they get a bit of time to catch the breath and clear the lines.
I think the ball's actually going to end up going backwards there off that kick, but it has gone out to touch after about a 6-metre gain.
Looks like our hooker there, Don, is struggling with his ankle a little bit. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and he can run that off. Just a little niggle.
He's definitely today, he's the longest serving member of the club. Still out there on the pitch representing. That wasn't straight. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
we've got to remember to be completely unbiased today,
very unbiased
as we call the game. Please do feel free to call me out every time I'm non-biased. You know, as would like to stay down the middle today.
I'll have to get the Quins team sheet up so we can start calling out some names as well.
Just trying to look for that. Oh, it's thirsty work, this. Actually.
It is, and no zesty beverages, as you've said you've had in the past.
Well, Mike, our president, actually, as I look over my shoulder, is positioned himself next to the bar, and it looks like he is ordering.
It's gone against the head there, and Quins have won that. Ball's got back to their winger, who clears his lines again, but not very far at all.
That's gone straight out because it was pulled back into the 22.
Into the 22, so Sharks have got a...
Don doesn't look happy, does he?
He's struggling there. I think there might be an early substitution here, with Simon coming on in place of Don.
Simon's going to last all of about 3.5 minutes before he does something to himself.
I don't think Simon's actually lasted a full game for Sharks yet, has he?
I think saying he's lasted a full minute's a bit generous as well.
Yeah.
Let's hope he can see this one through. I'll tell you what, Bart's a tough cookie. He wouldn't come off for any old injury. That's not straight.
Lineouts don't seem to be a strong suit for either team at the moment. Both of them have lost one against the head early doors. Hopefully that's something that can get cleaned up as we go. Something
that's quite clear in the UAE is there's not many dart throwers.
Struggle for it.
Struggle for hookers. You know, as a hooker myself, it's a very technical, intricate position and requires the utmost skill and ability to perform the duties of a hooker.
Is that why you've slowly been pushed out of that position when you start to play vets and you've slipped into the centres, I believe now, Charlie? Or
any position I can play just to get some minutes. When I could play,
yeah,
I'd have taken. No, the old neck and shoulders didn't enjoy me in the front row, and for a quality of life as I get older, I thought it was best to leave the front row.
It's certainly a tough gig up front in the forwards. Looks like Sharks here have got some good front football. Little wrestle to the ground there. Or Quins? No, I think Quins have got it actually. They've played it out. Forwards rumbling it up the pitch, trying to get a little bit of front football. Very effectively at the moment as well. But
nice
there's some brilliant hits.
Williams off the line, nice and quick. That was coming around the side, I thought. But what do I know?
Quins tried to clear the lines there, and they just managed to find it after I think a Sharks player got a hand on it there. Just managed to find the touch.
I'd love to see the replay of that because I definitely thought he was coming around the side.
It looks like it is a. Maybe he just sliced it, and it looks like it's going to be a Sharks line out. Simon stepping in for his first throw-in of the game. He's actually lasted longer than I thought he would already.
Oh, bless him. He's not hit. Yeah, that was definitely around the side. I'm just looking at the replay now. Anyway.
They've managed to win that there, Sharks. Rob Harris trucking it up. Well rooked out, securing that rook there. Ball's not free yet, though. There's a lot of pressure coming in from Quins. And it looks like they might have turned this over. Yeah. And they have, with some of the Sharks players coming in through the side.
Quins seems to be a little bit more up for it around the rucks today. I think our boys just need to wake up a little bit. Grab a few heads by the scruff of the neck and just wake up a little bit.
Yeah.
Quinny seems to have moved from the bar, but I can't see him now.
I think it looks like Quinny's actually sorted himself out with a nice bucket of beer there, but hasn't decided to bring his commentators any beverages at all.
It seems like everyone's ignoring us, actually.
Well won there by Quins, ball's out. Strong carry up the middle, gaining lots of grounds there.
Unfortunately, it seems like they haven't got the bar quite set up.
Another strong carry.
And the zesty beverages are cooling down. Oh, if I carry on like this, I'll take anything.
Oh, lovely little offload there in the tackle from a solid hit. It's gone out to the wing, and Quins look like they haven't gained much ground, but they kicked it on there, straight down the middle, testing out our back three. A knock on there from Dermaid.
From the Gaelic footballer himself, he'll be disappointed with that phase of play. He'll be kicking himself there.
I think Quins will be very happy with the the yards they've gained there up the pitch from that initial line out. As they go into a scrum just inside the Sharks 22. Let's see if it can be as clean as those other scrums that we've had.
Shout out to Matt Bourne from Barrow House, who's noticed the hard work that went on before the game to remove the gazebos from the pitch side and put them down to the side so we could actually see the game. There's no point getting Grant and his team down to film the games if we can't see anything. So cheers, Matt. Thanks for observing that. I sweated a lot earlier doing that.
Was there no comment on the commentating at all? Or
probably not just yet.
They've tapped and gone fast there, Quins, and played it out wide. A Jink can run back inside. And they're about 5 metres out now, Quins. A lot of pressure coming on these Sharks players. We've got a front up in defence here.
Penalty Quins.
A penalty to Quins, 5 metres out. I think they tried to go for a tap and go there, but the refs called them back. And it's scrum time.
Great to see for Division 2, 2 full strength squads. Up to the max 22 subs, or at least I think
Fantastic, great for the development
2.
of the game in the Gulf region.
Yeah, Div 2 is obviously non-competitive, as in there's not actually a league. It's just a certain amount of teams that are playing each other, and for not for points, and it allows some teams, if they're low on numbers, to move to a 12 or 10s format, just to give the guys some game time throughout the season. Which is good. So this is our second game for the season for the 2s.
Yep. Solid scrum it looks like at the moment here as well. Good push coming through from Sharks. And it looks like they've turned that over. Fantastic scrum on their own line. Dermay's tried to clear that. It's been charged down.
Knock on. Great scrum there from the boys in white. Lovely stuff.
And it's another scrum now with that turnover to Sharks. Coming in there. Charlie, we're just being beckoned here for do we want a beer? We'd love a beer.
Can't say
Very thirsty now.
Shh, can't say beer. Can't say beer.
Can't say beer.
A zesty
beverage, sorry.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Alcoholic free, of course.
That drummer's still having a go on his drum kit, making sure it all works.
It's getting the boys up for that scrum, though. Another solid drive there from Sharks.
Yeah, an exit ball here from Tuts. Takes a few steps, and that...
Yeah, snow. I tell you what, there was snow coming down with that ball there.
Yeah,
he hit it that hard and that high.
Mr. Kirby on the far side reckons that has gone about 30 metres out.
Charlie, I was wondering if you were going to pull out any classic commentary sort of lines, maybe from back in the day, Jonah Lomu Rugby. Were you a fan of that? One of the classics on PlayStation.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed a PlayStation as a kid. I didn't get into PlayStations and stuff until later on in life. I used to have to go around friends' houses for PlayStations.
Yeah.
I had Grand Prix 2 on my dad's desktop computer. That was about it, really.
Wow, an exciting childhood there, Charlie.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
Too much out and about stuff. Not like these kids today, you see. I was actually out and about doing things. But in terms of classic commentary, I took my inspiration from Billy Birmingham, the 12th man. Have you heard of him?
I have, yeah.
Does the Channel 9.
Lovely scrum there by Quins. A show and go by the 8. Brilliantly done. He's tried to offload it. James has ended up coming away with it, who stepped inside. Are we going to play it out? No, he's going by himself, straight down the middle. Will there be... Oh, he's managed to skip through that tackle.
That's a beautiful try. And I tell you what, we will not hear the end of that this evening.
Certainly not. Dr. Evil has done fantastically there down the middle.
James will tell us later on that he came from the car park to score that try.
Wonderful. The sun was glistening off his head there. It was...
beautiful stuff. Oh, I can hear myself. Still some technical stuff going on next to me here while Grant and his team get everything up and running.
I think Tuts is just getting himself sorted with the tea, as he probably tries to Take a few deep breaths in after that amazing run up the middle of the pitch.
He's probably had to go pick up a lung as well halfway through that run.
A wonderful. The zesty beverages
if only
have
you could
arrived.
see, ladies and gentlemen, what I could see now. We've just had a bucket arrive. Oh, temperatures seem okay. That'll help wet the whistle as we talk and our mouths get dry.
Looks like the boys are coming in, played the first 20 now, and going to have some water breaks because this midday sun can be quite unforgiving at times.
Definitely. So let's just take a moment to have a look at the first quarter of that game. Sam, where do you think Sharks have won it so far?
I think the Sharks' defence has been very good, some strong tackles, and when they've had that opportunity to break and take a chance, they've just gone for it. And as we saw there with James's try just before that 20-minute whistle went, fantastic really. And although initially I thought our scrum wasn't too strong, it certainly the boys have had a word with one another for that strong defensive drive on our own 5-metre line where we thought Quins were going to be in. But no, it's been a good start for the boys in white, and I would say Quins shouldn't be too disheartened so far, even though the score lines against them, they've certainly found a way to make those yards up the pitch. How about yourself, Charlie? How do you see the first 20?
Sorry, I'm just reading the phone. My phone's going off like a frog in a sock at the moment. With lots of people telling us the comms aren't loud enough. How can they hear us from your run? But I think the technical team are dealing with that. And then we've had Sam from SRG saying, how can we put the commentary on silent? So that's very nice and positive comments from him. Where do I see the game won? Well, I thought defence was excellent down there. Obviously, Division 2 rugby, you're going to get a few knock-ons and a few mistakes. So just to sort of manage that pressure, a couple of real key scrums against the head, stamp our authority there, turn the ball over, and then good exit ball as well from Tuts. Really made a difference there. But as you can see, I mean, tries can be scored from any corner of the pitch, so it certainly isn't over, and there's a hell of a long way to go.
And I've got to say Quins as well, they have got some very good ball carriers. When that ball's played from 9 off the edge of a ruck, those forwards can really bring that ball up very hard, and it's testing a few of the shoulders of those boys in white at the moment. Yep. Great to see. I'm sure they'll carry on making a few yards that way come the second quarter. Just
getting an update from the girls, how the ladies are getting on at the Saxo Bank Sevens. So they won the first game against Abu Dhabi Bats and then lost the next game to Abu Dhabi Quins, which is the A team for the Bats, and then they've just lost to the Hurricanes A team as well, with Maha next on the horizon for them, who they beat in the first tournament of the season. So in all honesty, I'm not too surprised by those results, but certainly the next one is there for the taking. So good luck to them.
Yeah, it's great to see so much opportunity for the girls and the sevens circuit out here in the Gulf. It's certainly very strong, and I'm sure they'll be having a great day of it down at the Sevens Stadium as they get themselves prepared. I think they've got another tournament before it comes to Dubai Sevens, the big one for
I think
us.
They've got the Exiles tournament on next week.
Yeah, next weekend.
And then I think there's the President's Cup, which I think is the normal time of when the Al Ain tournament used to be, and then we're into the Dubai Sevens. Yeah,
we'll have to keep an eye out over these two games as well to just see how our boys go with their running game. See if we can pick any potential good sevens players for the Dubai Sevens.
Yeah,
as we take that month or so break from 15s. Very strong run there from the open side flank for Quins. Took a while for the boys in white to bring them down. Haven't got over that gain line though after that last tackle. Some strong defence. Big Gav coming up for a hit. Step to the side. Sam Bishop's bringing him down there. And they've gone back 2 or 3 metres, so it's a strong defence from Sharks.
Big shout out to Hannes all the way over in Kenya, watching the game today at RX first 15 captain and general stalwart of the club. Moved over there last year with his family. So good to see Hannes still keeping up to date with what's going on.
I love playing with Hannes. I only had last season with him, but he was a solid player, brilliant lifter, and very strong scrummager.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed hooking with him. And then I enjoyed playing rugby with him as well.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Very good, very good.
Definitely time for a zesty beverage now, I think. Would you like one, sir?
I'd love that. I would love that.
There you go.
Charlesworth, that would be wonderful.
There we are.
Quins still camped out in the Sharks' half. A few carries from the forwards.
Cheers, everyone.
Holding on to possession well here. Even when they initially got backtracked down the pitch, they've come back, reorganised, and they've got those hard ball carriers playing off the fringes of those rucks again. Seems to be very effective for them. And they've gone blind, a little step from their open side. They've gone blind. Secured that ball. And they keep punching it up, but a lovely tackle from Amit there, pulling him to the ground. But I think that might be a high tackle. Just bringing that arm over his shoulder.
Oh, that first sip's made my eyes water. It was that good. Ooh. Hopefully everyone can hear us now. Hopefully the sound is all good.
It's probably a positive they couldn't hear us for that first 20.
I would agree with you. While we were warming up.
We were.
We had to, get ourselves.
I don't know how much commentating was going on. It was more of maybe a general chat more than anything, Charlie.
Yeah, a bit of a catch-up, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. Boys going in for a scrum here. Very strong nudge here from Sharks again, but Quins managed to get it out. As they set up their play, a show and go from their inside centre.
Oh,
and he's tried to go out the back.
And it's not quite worked, but they've still got hold of the ball. Sharks not contesting at the ruck at all here, just happy to reorganise the defence.
Advantage being played here to Sharks after a knock-on from Quins.
Yeah, Rian's just not blowing that one, and it's a knock-on. Sharks with the scrum. Oh, that's gone down very well. Just to give you a heads up or an idea of what the weather's doing today.
Don't tell me it's sunny. Is it sunny?
Yeah, I'm just having a look, see if I can see any clouds. There aren't any clouds. The sun is there, and it's saying on the old iPhone 38 degrees. And that's
certainly won't be getting weather like this playing rugby back in the UK.
No, it's Halloween season, so nights are drawing in back home. It's still absolutely baking hot here, and the boys will be feeling it. Very sensible, I think, to put the twos in the white jerseys for the first game.
Mm-hmm. Reflect the heat.
Yep.
Wise option. Quinn's just done there for not releasing on the ground, so a nice little turnover for Sharks as the ball goes deep.
Yeah, that's a very good
manages to find touch.
Good kick. Or a nudge, as they would say.
Yes.
The cool dudes would say, good nudge, good nudge.
A Gary Owen. That's a huge Gary Owen.
Oh, is that?
Do you remember? That was a classic line on Joe Nalomo rugby back in the day. If there was a nice big kick sent up, they'd say that's a huge Gary Owen.
Oh, is it? Oh.
I don't think I have the accent for it, though.
I think your Dulcic Cheshire accent's quite nice. There's a few Quins boys look like they're off for a breather. I think it is, of course, rolling subs in Division 2.
Yeah, I think a few of the boys need some time in the shade and
Lineout was stolen,
hydrate.
but knocked on, unfortunately, by Amit. And then it's knock on by the Sharks, so that's a scrum down to Harlequins. So a little bit of a break and play at the moment. Probably a good thing, give the boys a bit of a breather.
Yeah. Got a few more of the Wands players turning up now. Support the boys in the second half, and they can start their pre-game rituals, get coffee club going.
Yeah. Things have changed over the years. I'm sure it was never coffee club. It was meet for the first beer before the game, and then a bit of stretching, and the boys would go. So, yeah, the landscape of the Sharks team has definitely...
Brilliant tackle there by Gus.
Yeah. Harry's right over. Oh, yes.
It looks like a knock on there, though, by Quins, because he's...
holding on. Yeah, Harry was there. He was there long enough to cause a nuisance, and the referee's blown it for a penalty.
It's
Quick
a tap and go by
James. It wasn't 10.
By Tuts.
He's passed it on to Harry. The gazebo's ever so slightly in the way there.
Have they managed to stay in?
Yeah.
Can't quite see the
ball.
gazebos are in.
Amit at first receiver.
Lovely
Harris
tip
there.
onto there, Rob Harris. Gaining some valuable yards up the pitch.
Oh,
Sam Bishop with a strong carry there. He's managed to keep hold of it, though. Boys have secured it. It's gone out to 10.
Gone wide.
Quick ball to Williams.
Oh,
he's fended off, but he's dragged down.
High there, wasn't he?
They managed to keep hold of his collar.
They've gone round the corner. Amit with the show and go. Oh, and he thought he saw a gap.
Lots of quick
Mike.
offload in here by the Sharks boys. Hopefully they can try and secure it.
Certainly testing my eyesight over playing the game over there. Seems to be the tackle height seems to be quite high in this game. Big Gav.
Big Gav, a very strong carry by Gav there.
If you need a lawnmower servicing or any golf landscaping equipment maintained, that is your man. Only been over here for a few months. Already caught a nice tan. Out to Tuts. Williams there. Oh.
It's been knocked back.
Ball, but
Luckily he's managed to play it
Jones
backwards. He's regathered it.
And there's Gussie, who's gone out in...
He's played it back in, but unfortunately the Quins players managed to gather that there. Fantastic play. Well read by the Quins player.
Oh, lovely out the back.
Lovely offloading.
Oh, and he's
within their own 5 metres. And they've managed to clear the lines, but Dermade has picked it up. He's not knocked this one on. A little show and go, and then through to Harry.
There's some fatigued boys out there. The lungs are starting to catch fire a little bit.
Sharks look like they've reorganised there. Carried up in the forwards. Looks like it might be held up there, and it could be a maul. I think the ref's called tackle.
There we go. On the ground.
Sharks managed to secure it. They've gone blind again. Harry with a little handoff and a pop to Gus, who's brought it back inside.
I think he's
staying
been
away
turned
from
over
that
there.
touchline.
Oh, no, penalties to the Sharks. No, he's coming right over the top and killing the ball.
So he's actually put his hands down in front of that ball and then dragged them back, which you used to be able to do. You can't do that anymore. You've got to go straight onto the ball.
Yeah.
So well picked up by the referee there.
Boys are calling for water, and I'm not surprised.
I think on that note, I'll be
taking a sip. Is that Big Mike down in the centre of the park, looking at his neck? I can't tell. No,
I don't think it is. Have a guess who you think that is. Have a guess. He's come on the pitch within the first 10 minutes. Who do you think that is?
I think that's Simon Bentley.
That is Simon Bentley. He's down. He's not lasted a full match for Sharks yet, and I certainly hope that this knock won't mean that he's off. No, he looks like he's up.
He'll be all right.
Icing just the neck there.
Vegas has just arrived, and he's bought a nice shirt.
He must be going disco dancing tonight, I presume, post-game, because it's not a Shark shirt that he's got there.
I pray for the ladies. I pray for the ladies. Bit difficult to see what's going on down in this corner with the gazebos in the way. I do apologise for that. We've actually managed to engineer one of them to be above us now, where all the technical equipment is. And it took many hours of engineering brains to come up with how it was going to be placed here on the stadium. Big Gav with the ball out there to Amit.
Amit's been all over the park again. Rob Harris has snuck through, it seems. Is he over?
Rob Harris.
He is for the 3rd try
nice.
of the game. Some brilliant offloading and some lovely footwork from Amit again, who's just a brilliant player for Sharks.
He's certainly been a strong link in today's game. He's assisted a few now. But yeah, what do you expect from the club captain himself? He's been disappointed not to make the first team, but he just gets on with it, and he's showing us his value today around the park. That sun's creeping round, isn't it? Are you okay there? Do you want to move in?
I'm all right, mate. I'm just tanning my feet at the moment.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm happy enough with that.
Okay, and the kick's good. And the first that are congregated to my right are quite excited about that, and telling everyone else how excited they are. Yes.
Quins just getting themselves ready now for kickoff again. Hopefully the boys can gather this well.
Oh, you're saying that he can now hardly hear you, Sam. So what do we need to do about that?
What's been going on there?
I don't know. Everything seems to be right. Oh, my laptop's hotter than the sun. Oh no, Big Gav's knocked it on and then got a push for his troubles. That would be so annoying. I would be so annoyed if I knocked it on and then someone just came along and pushed me over. Frustrating. Let's see if he... oh, nice rip there from Adil. The man from Boston. Oh, and Gus is there.
Offload.
That is a beautiful assist.
Will Gus make it? There's a great chase coming on there from the Quins 9, but it looks like he's going in underneath the sticks.
Yeah, lovely. That's a
lovely try.
great try assist from Adil there. Beautiful stuff. Didn't even realise he was on the pitch. And then there he is. Massive rip out of the ruck, or the maul, and then takes it round a couple of players, draws in the defender, and then passes the ball around the side. Passes it on a plateau for Gus to then take it in under the sticks. Beautiful stuff.
I don't think Tutton's missed a kick
you
today.
You put the kiss of death on that then, haven't you?
I have.
The commentator's curse.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Here he is. Let's see if he's got it. He doesn't hang around, and he comes around the corner, and he's
Beautiful.
kicked it.
Beautiful.
It's unorthodox, but it works. It's no nonsense, actually. That's what it is. Which is...
Gets it on the tee, kicks it straight away.
yeah, he's a bit of a no-nonsense man, isn't he? Especially when
certainly
he's had a
is.
few.
A wonderful rapper,
Is
you
he?
know? Quite the rapper. The other week when we all went out after a game, he was the first man there for karaoke to take the mic and give us his best rapping skills. And actually, a player that's in the first team squad we'll be talking lots about later, I'm sure. Luke O'Brien, a surprising northerner who's an unbelievable rapper as well.
Is he?
Yeah. Rob
Wow.
Harris taking it down the middle. Strong carry again. He's been all over the park. Great work rate from him. Ball's gone out to Sutton again. Playing at hands through the backs. Williams has got it there. Looks like there's a potential high tackle, but Sharks are playing advantage.
Having a look around the right edge now. Most of the stuff has come from the left edge, and now they're going to go and have a go at the right side of the attack.
I'm pretty sure I just saw a kick assist there instead of a pass. Some wonderful stuff. Amit's seen a bit of a gap there. He's ran through.
It's definitely all over his neck there. I'm surprised the referee's not called that.
There's a few feet flying in through rucks and tackles being made at the moment. A little show and go. That's beautiful. Step inside, strong handoff. Will that be played on to Williams?
Oh, no.
It's been spilled forward.
Oh, he went to pass it to Williams, and I think in the tackle, he got around the ball, and then he's just knocked it forwards. But some fantastic meters made again then from Adil. He's just holding his ankle a little bit.
He's played most of his rugby in New York. He came out to Dubai just before the summer, and it's great to see that the sport's growing over stateside as well, and that we're getting a few boys from America playing for the team as well.
Yeah, he just
Fantastic.
turned up and played touch with us over the summer, and then carried on. I think he enjoyed the zesty beverages afterwards. That seems to be Harlequins' ball. That drummer is still going. It's giving me a headache. Mr. Bryce arrives, giving it the royal wave as he walks down the front of the pitch.
He's starting to wear a cap more and more these days.
That's because he's got nothing on his head.
That was a brutally honest review of his hairline there, Charlie. Quite surprising, really, looking down to the left where the Sharks boys have congregated under a tent, that the only man basking in the sun is an Irishman. And he
No, he's the world's most tanned Irishman.
Yeah.
He doesn't look Irish at all. He's absolutely lapping up the sun.
He said it gives him energy, the sun. Gives him energy before a game.
Interesting.
Big Nev. Quins got a line out now.
That's not straight.
It's been played through. Somehow it's missed the hands and it's gone to Quins at the back. But as Mr. Taylor said, it's not straight. Scrum down and Sharks ball.
I think my laptop's about to die. It's overheating. Bit of a breeze coming through now. You probably hear that on the microphone, which is a very welcomed breeze as the not the Shamal winds. Is it the Shamal winds? Yeah.
It could be. I will go with that if that's what you say.
But we're not over in that part of the world. Oh, here's Williams. Bit indecisive. Oh, very indecisive there.
Ball in one hand. They've tried to clean it up.
And Dermot.
But I think there's been a knock on there as it's bobbled across the floor.
He said it's gone backwards. No, he hasn't. He has blown the whistle.
A lot of tired bodies out there now. I'm sure both teams will be thinking about maybe making a few changes.
Tutton just giving Williams a few pointers there.
Yeah.
One of the pointers I would say is pin your ears back, lad. Go for it. Don't be caught in two minds.
He's certainly got the quality for it.
Oh, you're still going.
Strong scrum there from Quins. We haven't seen him with that gain line success for quite a few scrums now. Played out to 10. Strong ball down the middle.
Yeah.
But it's been turned over and stripped from Mr. Tutton there, but
illegally
I think maybe the tackle was complete and he didn't release. Strong carry there from Quinn straight at the middle. Amit team seems to have taken a bit of a knock there, but he's up on his feet again. Quins keep gaining yards from those pick and goes from the back there. Lovely lofted ball out to the wing, but it hasn't gone to hand. It's been called back there.
Not back 10, I think I can hear from the referee.
It was a quick tap and go, wasn't it? And a few of the Sharks boys were a bit too tempted to get involved in that action a bit too early before they got back 10.
Tackle there from Amit.
Juggling the ball there, the prop, but he's done well to keep hold of it, and he's managed to take a few valuable meters forwards with the ball in hand. They're going wide, but there's a
rush defence there. Was good from Will
yeah.
and I can't remember who it was.
Williams, I think. Quins are still on the back foot, but the Nines regathered it. He's going down the wing. He seems quite isolated. Hopefully the Quins boys can. They have, and Quins have regathered it. Sharks boys not getting involved in that ruck. Brilliant little competition from Tyler there.
Yeah, he's certainly putting in a shift this afternoon. And I think he's a bit gassed. He's probably needing to have 5 minutes.
Quins boys are definitely trying to find in a few holes now as they move up the pitch. A few of the Sharks boys going down. Tired bodies, sore bodies out there from a physical game so far. Lovely little step inside from the Quins winger. Managed to tap the ankle to bring him down 5 metres out, but they've secured it again as they play it out.
If they can hold out until half time here.
Taking the ball very flat at the moment, Quins, but they still seem to be finding those little gaps in the Sharks' defence.
Bit tricky to call the game behind the gazebos, but it's been pulled back.
Sharks looking a little bit too
to
interested in their defence there, and they've just been getting caught offside. They're the sort of precious penalties you don't want to be giving away on your own try line, really.
Tyler looks like he's had a bit of a stinger, and on comes James Webb for his Sharks debut.
James Webb, South African, actually travels all the way from RAC every single training session to up here at Sport City. So big day for him, getting on that pitch, having a run out for the first time in the Sharks colours. And it's a try for Quins. Very simple tap and go from that penalty, and the strong carry's taken him over.
Couldn't quite see what was wrong with Tyler, but he's gone straight down the tunnel with the medic. I imagine that he's probably overheated. He was going around like a gazelle just then. He didn't look like he'd anything wrong. He just looked a little bit warm. I could be wrong. I'm not a medical expert. I mean, he could be suffering immensely from something else. But
your analysis on injuries from afar is very strong, Charlie. So I wouldn't put yourself down on that. I'm sure that is the case. But hopefully, whatever's happened to Tyler there, it's nothing too serious.
No, hopefully it's just 5 minutes in the AC, a bit of shade and some water, and he'll be okay.
I think after this Quins kick now, it will be half time for us here at Sports City. And I think the boys will be very happy to get some time in the shade and some water in and some ice on the bodies. So they've missed a kick there.
The score remains 26-5 at half time, and that's been quite a dominant display there from the Sharks. In and around the midfield, it's been quite a contest, but it just seems to be a few breakaway, a few key points from a few players have undone the Quins so far.
Yeah, I think the Sharks boys finding those gaps in defence and pinning their ears back and going for it has come to fruition, really. James Tutton's been fantastic at 10 so far.
Yeah, really controlled with his kicking game, talking to his back line, very good. Adil has come on and shown some real glimpses there. Amit's been solid as ever as in the back row, connecting all the play at the breakdown.
Rob Harris has struck a good few lines there, carrying it up the pitch as well down the middle. And actually our wingers, I think Gus and Harry playing in the centre as well, they've had some fantastic games so far.
Yeah, I think Gus will be a bit annoyed that he spilled it down here in the corner.
I think Gus will probably be the first to say he wasn't the greatest catcher of the ball last season, but that side of his game has certainly come on quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's still not perfect, though, as we've just noticed.
No, but he did manage to gather and score a try under the post, which was great to see.
Yes, that was. Yeah, I mean, again, it was presented to him on a silver platter, which was lovely to see. But, yes, I mean, not many of us could have finished from where he was at that speed.
Do you think you could have done it back in
no.
Back in the day? No?
No, I'd have had a hamstring go. There'd have been a sniper on the roof.
Yeah,
he'd have had my hamstring away at some point in the first sort of 15 metres.
I kind of miss the days where you'd have a bucket of water on the sideline and a sponge in it, and that sponge fixed every player on the pitch.
Yeah,
underrated, I'd say. I'm surprised that they threw that out medically.
Disappointed actually, because that bucket of water and the sponge used to live right next to the bucket of sand that you would then take out to build your kicking tee.
Yeah. And mid-game, creating a little sandcastle on the pitch was always good fun.
Yeah, if it wasn't a high-scoring game,
yeah.
What else can you do with the sand?
Yeah, slowed the game down quite well.
Yes, gave him a breather.
Especially if there's a bit of a breeze.
So when people say that the game's not really come on very far, I mean, it really has done. I mean, the kicking tee now arrives on a motorised vehicle.
Have we seen that today? I haven't seen that today. Maybe we need to invest in a motorised vehicle that we can.
It doesn't do it. Not in this sort of level of rugby, but in international level, it certainly does. If anyone would like to sponsor a remote-controlled car that would bring the tee out to the kicker, please get in touch. info@dubaisharks.com.
And also if they can train the lads on actually how to drive it, because I have a feeling that our minute that we have to take that kick might be taken up with some pretty poor driving of that vehicle, getting onto the pitch.
Someone's going to have their shins taken out, aren't they?
Yeah.
And we're going to have an injury problem.
The kicker's toes taken off by the remote control car as it came on.
Yeah. That wouldn't be fun. So where do you see the second half going? The Sharks going relatively into the sun. I'm just trying to see where the wind's direction
Although it's
is.
been a very strong performance from the Sharks in this first half, a lot of boys on both teams had some very tired bodies out there. So it's really, I think it'll be a battle of fitness come this second half in this heat. Hopefully they can keep rolling those subs on and off to keep the game fast and flowing.
Yeah.
Looks like Andy Kirby is out on the pitch at the moment, just having a quiet word in the ref's ear.
Yeah. Yeah, although he's got a grey Sharks jersey on, I imagine that he will be there as a match official, and there will be no blue blood inside him.
He's got his Crocodile Dundee hat on as well. He looks very good over there, it's shading him in the sun as he runs touch on the other side of the pitch.
Here's an interesting one that you probably wouldn't think. A very, very good tourist.
Really?
Yeah, tours well. He's very, very useful on the ski trip. He's my right-hand man in decision making. He's also judge at the
here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
At the court.
Yeah.
And still going strong on the old slopes and skiing, and plods along at his own speed. But he's a very good tourist. I'm always happy to have him along on the Sharks ski trip, which runs the first week of the Easter holidays, if anyone's interested. First year we took 14, and then the second year we had 24. Last year we went 24, go over to Godowri.
Fantastic. I haven't actually made it.
No, you haven't.
A Sharks ski trip, but I think this year, might be the one.
Oh, don't tease me.
Head over to Georgia, I suppose, once again.
Yeah,
closest spot for us out here
wine,
in the UAE.
Or grape, as we should say. Some good wine, and they do this this bread with cheese in it. I mean, I suppose every country does.
Hold on, don't tell me it's cheesy garlic bread.
No, it's not cheesy garlic bread. It's like a white cheese. I can't remember what it's called. Gaz, what's it called? What's the bready cheesy thing in Godowri? Khachapuri, that's it.
Khachapuri, a Georgian cheesy bread. Sounds nice.
James Webb with the kick received there, managed to secure the ball. And the forwards are going to take it up a little bit and see how they go with that. Quins have been very physical at the breakdown, which has been made for a great contest. And realistically, the score doesn't really sort of reflect the way that the game's gone.
We've only actually got two of our coaching team as well down today.
We've got
one and a half. We've got Terry, who's just had a little clean out of his knee after many years playing rugby in the UAE, and also representing Malta internationally as well. We've got Josh Ives as well, who's down today. Unfortunately, our head coach, Putes.
Well, he's away on international duty.
He is on international duty over in Thailand with the UAE Sevens team, getting them.
They won their first game. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah.
Was that against China? I think it might have been.
You're testing my knowledge now.
Yeah. But you can keep up to date there on how the UAE Sevens teams are getting on the Instagram page. Give them a follow.
Where's Pat? Pat's away as well, isn't he? Back in the UK?
Maybe. I'm not sure where Pat is.
I think he goes back at holidays. See his boys. So yeah, we've got 1.5 coaches with us today, but still, it's more than enough.
Terry, a wise rugby player, years of knowledge and experience, and the boys have certainly loved it the past couple of years, working with him in the forwards. Quins with the strong carry up the middle of the pitch. And we've actually, we've been sent through a fantastic remote control car that we could actually use for our tea.
So Sam from SRG, who's our kit supplier, has sent me a remote controlled shark, which
Quins
looks the part.
Quins picking and going up the pitch, holding onto that ball very well. A little bit of wrestling, but the ball's come loose here, and it's been played out to Tutton again. And how are we going to play this? Are we going to run it? Are we going to kick it?
Williams in one hand.
Williams has decided to run it.
He's round his neck
as
there.
Sharks secure the ball again.
That Stocky's on here, acting as dummy half. I don't think he is. Gav out in the midfield. Nice. Keeps hold of the possession. I think they're looking for an exit ball here.
Oh, that's a huge Gary Owen from Tutton. It's gone very high, but it's been knocked on by Quins, and it's Tutton's picked it up, offloaded out the back, played out to Amit.
And Aaron Hennessy. Hennessy
down the wing.
Down the wing.
Strong running, but is the Quins line going to get them?
He's not your natural looking winger, but I think he's made it, and he's going to go under the sticks. That's a beautiful individual try from the halfway line.
Wonderful breakaway try there from Sharks.
Bit of South African rugby there. Just chuck the ball up in the air off the boot and hope for the best.
Yep. Beautiful to see. Beautiful to see.
Played out in Sharks' favour there. Ball taken wide to Aaron Hennessy, who's break the first tackle and then outpaced the chasers to go under the posts to take the score to, I think, 31-5. Kick to come.
Tutton is certainly on form today from the kicking
is
team.
Waiting for the tee.
If only we had a remote control car, Charlie.
If only had a remote control car, yeah. It's not even a special kicking tee. It's a cone. Oh, and he's got so bored of waiting. He's going for the drop goal.
It looks like he sliced it. A little bit more practice with our drop kicks, but
he'll need that for the sevens though. That practice. So
the boys are.
There's a bit of a buzz now around over our right shoulders with I think all the first team meeting for Coffee Club.
Yeah. Although I haven't seen a single coffee yet, but they're certainly chewing the fat.
I wonder if anyone's actually going to this event across the other side. I can't see anyone. All the lights are on.
That's our post-game entertainment, Charlie. Just preparing themselves for us.
Oh, they've allowed the ball to bounce.
We've gathered it on the wing, though. We've managed to get a few yards up there, secure the ball. Amit ball in hand again. Oh, he's tried a tip pass to Rob Harris, but it looks like it's been knocked on. And it will be scrum down Quins ball.
Is Bentley still on?
Is Simon Bentley still on? Let's have a look out there. From what I can gather, I don't think he is.
I don't think he. Oh, is that him on the? Yeah, I think he is. I think he's open side flanker.
He shifted from playing hooker to open side flanker, versatile forward.
Well, I don't see Bart, so Bart might have gone back on. Quins have got the ball. Nice scrum there from the Quins. Nine's taken it out of the back and got himself into a bit of bother. But Sharks being penalised for a high tackle.
Tap and go, and they'll probably be done here for not being 10. Advantage being played to Quins.
I know it's Division 2, but I tell you what, that was cynical. I wouldn't have been surprised if he was going to show him the envelope there.
They've secured it, and they're making some valuable yards forward here, Quins. I think if they carry on the way they are at the moment, they could be in for their second try of the game. Huge hit.
What?
A huge hit by our man with the lawnmower, Gav. He's
just walked into a brick
wonderful
wall.
Defensive display there.
Two immovable objects going at each other there, and the Quins player came out worse and just got sat on his derriere.
Was there arms involved? Was there arms involved, Charlie?
I think it was just two big blokes running into each other. That's how you call it.
Quins still trying route
and
one.
he's got his
and he's got his revenge. Gav is sat down.
That was
Brilliant carry from Quins, but it's
Oh.
been knocked on.
Medic.
And there is a man down. Doesn't look too good at the moment on the... Don't know which player that is. Looks like a head injury. I think a bit of a stop in play now. The boys will be grateful for that because of the heat and the pace of the game at the moment warrants a quick water break. But we hope whichever Sharks player that is who's down at the moment is okay, and it's nothing too serious.
I think Ian, the medic, is down inside with someone. Here he comes. Just trying to count the players. I need the binoculars out.
You do need the binoculars. Zoom in on what's happening over there. Getting a fair bit of
I thought I saw it was someone with a scrum cap.
attention.
And I can see. I tell you what. I think it's Mr. Bentley.
I think it might be Simon Bentley. He puts his body about on that pitch. Although he hasn't lasted a game, he certainly does put his body on the line.
So I've just got a word from Sam at SRG. He's actually bought that Sharks remote control car.
A sponsored remote control car already.
And he's putting it
one
in.
shout out.
He's putting it in the box with the club ties.
Wonderful. That would be welcomed.
Yeah.
That'll be welcomed addition to the club. Get somebody trained up on that.
Well, I think that's it, isn't it? We've got to find someone who's responsible enough now to look after it and drive it.
Great to see Simon's up on his feet. Looks a bit jaded walking off the pitch at the moment. I think he took a bit of a head knock there. And Sam Bishop is
like
probably coming back on for him now at open side. A polo player by trade, but a cracking rugby player as well.
Yeah. Decent polo player actually as well. He looks okay. Looks like he's telling everyone a story now as he gets into the sheds.
Don't know whether that story's about the game or something else that he's come up with after the head knock. But
well, look, listen, don't let truth get in the way of a good story. That's what I say.
Yeah. Some wise words there from you, Charlie. You
Yeah.
messaged me that last night.
I did. It's a shake of the head from the medic there. He doesn't seem too pleased with Simon.
We look like the guys from the Mercedes team. We'll take that. We look like an F1 Mercedes team.
Oh, what, on the side? Looking at the screens in front of us.
Screens, yeah. We'll take that. Yeah. A compliment.
When would you pit?
I wouldn't. I'd go straight through.
Oh, I think Quins have got the try there.
They've been on the front foot for a while there, Quins, though, camped out in the Sharks' half, and a well-deserved try for all their efforts. And that strong ball carrying that they've gone back to.
Yeah, that takes the score to 31-10 with the kick to come.
The Route 1 option has paid off for them.
And 10 minutes into the second half. Is that about right? Oh, Tyler's
just saw there the Quins 18 player who's running on with a T. I had to double take him there. He looked like our old man Crumps.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very similar. But I can't imagine Crumps has decided to go and drive down to Abu Dhabi and start playing there.
So Tyler's failed his HIA and he's already in and out of the shower, and he's up amongst the boys now in the grandstand. So that's his day done.
I think he's probably after a zesty drink to replenish and refresh his body after that.
Very important to get the nutrients back in the body.
Great strike from the Quins player, and it must have just snuck wide. It looked good from over here, though.
Yeah, it did. Not easy from the corner. The band's still going on the stage on the other side of the pitch. Got a bit of like bongo stuff going on now.
I don't know whether they actually know that there's no crowd there at the moment, or you know, if timings are slightly off there or not.
It must be a big event this evening.
Sutton teeing off kickoff.
Half the pitch, half of pitch 2 is taken over with bits and bobs. Oh.
A restart right down the middle, but it's been chased well with a strong tackle. Quins have managed to secure that ruck as they plan their exit strategy out of their half. Looks like they're going to go route 1 again.
That big running crash ball off the edge of the ruck
slows the game down. It seems to be suiting the Quins players a little bit better, that style of game. And it seems to be very effective at the moment.
Oh, he's just kept hold of that one.
Sharks boys have managed to
Quick ruck.
get those tackles in. There's a very good pick and go there. Hands on the ball. Is that a turnover?
No, Tuts was trying it on at the tackle. He wasn't actually going in for the tackle. He was just going for the one-on-one steal that you see sometimes in rugby league. It didn't quite pay off that time.
They're going straight from the back of the ruck now. They're not trying that tip pass. They are picking and going. Another strong carry from Quins, and they are just eating up those meters. Although it may seem slow.
Not now, are they? But it's offside.
Although it may seem slow progress at the pitch, they're keeping hold of that ball. They're getting penalties their way now. And hopefully the Sharks boys can come up with a new strategy and game plan to get that ball in hand a bit more.
Isn't there? The scores are 31-10. You know, it could still easily to
What's going on there, Charlie?
I've only had 2.
2 zesty beverages.
Yeah.
Mumbling your words.
Oh, and I think we've got a blood here. Yeah, he's just going off the pitch. The blood replacement from the Quins half.
Wonderful beard from the Quins player coming off the pitch at the moment. It looks like Viking-esque.
Yeah, that is.
Strong beard. Very strong carry from the Quins player up the middle there.
Bish has been given a don't argue, and I think he's hit the ground there, and he's
holding his shoulder. He's rolling. It's not good. Play's been stopped. Hopefully the referee will come back to stop play.
Can you get Ian?
And give Sam Bishop some attention. It doesn't look comfortable for him at all there. Hopefully there's not much damage to his shoulder.
Yeah. Busy day for Ian today as the medic. Our other medic, Charlie, is over with the girls today, with the ladies. They're playing in a special shirt today.
A special shirt?
Yeah, a unique shirt. For
the Saxo Bank Sevens?
Well, it was a bit of a gift from SRG, because we've got 2 sets for the boys.
Okay.
So Sam thought best to do 2 sets for the girls. So him and Laura on the sly went and designed a different shirt. So that's got its first outing today. It's pink, it's light blue, white, and loud.
Perfect for Sevens rugby.
To say the least, yeah.
Perfect for Sevens rugby. We like that.
They'll certainly be seen on the pitch. Hopefully we'll see some pictures over the course of today and tomorrow.
Girls team going into their 3rd year now, is it, Charlie? 3rd or 4th year? 3rd year. And the first year it was back when COVID was still pretty prominent, and there weren't many tournaments, mainly friendlies played for the girls. But the squad's grown and grown. Got some good depth there and some fantastic players now.
Yeah, most importantly, we've got all the age groups now as well. So the girls are playing rugby from under 4s, and then they branch off at under 11s. They play under 11s, 13s, 15s, 18s, and then the senior 11. We've got teams in all of those age groups, so it's fantastic to see. Christine and Aura and the rest of the girls doing a great job.
Certainly are, and the sport's certainly grown in the women's game. Lovely little win there from the line out, but looks like it wasn't straight again. Or did they just step? I think maybe they stepped in on the lift there, actually. So it's Quins' ball at scrum time.
Need to try and get a bit of a down low on Bish's injury there.
The first boys are just making their way down from the stands now into the dugout, get themselves prepped and ready for their game that's kicking off at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Dubai time. Strong scrum there from Quins, kept the ball well, been played out. Lob ball over the top to their outside centre, and it's landed in the hands of their winger, who is a very hard character to get their hand on. And they've made some valuable yards up the pitch there.
Yeah, up to the halfway line now, so their net gain is 10 metres. Ball slowed down a little bit.
Oh, a
and
knock
it's just
on there.
Unfortunately, their hands are letting them down again. Another knock on at first receiver, and Amit comes away. He's not on his feet, so that's.
It's been turned over by Quins again as we played that advantage. It's managed to go backwards.
Amit's got a bit of cramp.
And they gathered that ball. Quins making some valuable yards there. 15 metres straight up the pitch off one long pass out to the winger there.
Yeah, I think Quins got that ball because Amit got cramp before he actually went into the tackle and couldn't do anything when he got tackled. Oh,
unlucky. Sharks went in for the intercept, but it's just knocked on.
Aaron didn't quite get the intercept, and it was. Yeah, he's not going to go for his pocket there. Obviously, I think that's the right decision, but I think that was the right decision given the circumstances.
I think the boys have put a great shift in, both teams here. It's a long.
It's not easy out there.
Long game of rugby in this heat, and a few of the boys starting to cramp up slowly now. Hopefully get some of those electrolytes in and some salts. Try and ease that cramping that they're getting.
Yeah, there's a few boys with cramp now. I would have thought we must be close to drinks in the second half. Yeah, 19. Yeah, we are. We're halfway through the second half, so 60-minute mark. This is where the rolling subs really come into play, but we've got certainly 2 out of the game. Just trying to have a look down at the bench to see who's still there and fit and able.
We've got some of the first here running on and giving some water to the boys. Maybe the ref will call it here for the third quarter break.
Yeah, I think he has done.
Where they can get some water in and a bit of time in the shade.
Oh no, Bart's down there. So we've got three subs that are no longer going to be involved in the game. Amit's legs look like they're spaghetti. Gus has got his shirt off and taking in the sun. I don't know if that means that he just wants to get a bit browner or if he's done. So maybe Josh and Terry haven't got many to choose from now. Bit stop-start, isn't it? This the last sort of 10 minutes of this second half.
Certainly is. As expected, really, playing in this sort of heat. Body's getting a little bit more tired. Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit for the first game straight after this.
Yeah. Well, that sun's just coming down a little bit. Oh, no, it's not. It's still miles up in the air. think the last time we played Quins threes was up at the sevens, and I think it was a tens game. I don't think either team could get a full squad out, and yeah, I recall Remco having an almighty pickup from his toes and running 3/4 of the length of the pitch to score under the posts.
He's got a good reach on him though, Remco. He comes from a field hockey background.
Yeah, very high level field hockey, yeah. Well, he certainly picked it up off his feet. You were playing, I tell you when it was. That was the game that you guys played against the Pumas that were Saracens.
Oh yes,
early
Saracens
on last
back in the
season.
day.
Bish.
Just had Sam Bishop going underneath us there into the tunnel.
Got some ice on his shoulder. Doesn't look like it's out or anything. It just looks like a bit of a stinger, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is just a stinger.
As you know, if you play rugby, shoulder injuries are always the most worrying. I had about 6 or 7 dislocations back in the day before I had my op, and something the boys have got to be careful of. And hopefully it's just a stinger for him, and a dead arm and nothing too serious. We've got another one hobbling off in front of us now, going down the tunnel in Don.
Yeah, he didn't last too long today's game, but he does look in a bit of discomfort. I think that might just because it's seizing up a little bit.
Maybe cramp playing a part.
Amit's still on the ground, so maybe it's a little bit worse than cramp.
Looks like Amit's going to be, that's his match played as he comes off the pitch. With Ian, our medic, again, he's had a busy afternoon. The boys giving him a clap off the pitch as he struggles. And it actually, who'd have thought it?
So
we've got our
Gus.
half a coach, Terry, who's just had knee surgery and a clean out of his knee, coming on with his crutches to give to Amit. Have you ever seen anything like it?
And it'll be interesting to see if Terry goes on to the... Oh, no, Terry. Oh, had a heart attack there as he tries to run off the pitch. I was half expecting him to go and slot in at the front row there.
This is what the team's all about. Even if you're injured and had surgery, handing your crutches to help the boys out.
I have a sneaky suspicion that will be called for a beer fine later.
Strong carry from Quins off the back of that scrum.
Okay, Scrappy, I think it's come back to Sharks. And it's up with
Mike
Ronan
there.
Keating.
Yeah, Ronan Keating. I have seen I know initially we said that only Gus had hairspray with him in the changing room for after games, but I have noticed Mike.
Oh, a deal with the step. That's ridiculous. The man's 41 years old. And
Harry with the draw and pass.
And Dermaid, I don't know if he's going to make it. The gazebo's there. Oh, he's gone for the push. And
he's got in.
He's made it.
Fantastic try.
He'll be picking up the limbs after that. And unfortunately, you guys, you didn't see that in the corner as the gazebos are in the way. But I can assure you that the try was scored, and that was another break from Adil in the centres. Fantastic play. He's got an almighty step on him.
Fantastic step.
He is not someone that you'd expect to pull magic out of the hat, and he's done that on 3 occasions now in today's game. Lovely to see.
He likes an unstructured game and playing what's in front of him. Certainly playing dividends so far.
Are you going through your book of lines?
These are just from the top of the head when I used to get paid for these gigs, Charlie.
Well, I have to say it's an honour to be in the company of experience like you're showing today. You're really showing me the ropes.
Oh, Charlie, you're the main man when it comes to commentating. I've already messed up a couple of times with wording things slightly incorrectly, I'd say.
Well, that's just part of the gig, isn't it?
Yeah. Ball boys doing a cracking job from our youth age groups here.
The good thing is, though, at least we've had something good to commentate on. If it had been a rubbish game, or it had been a wet game, miserable, it wouldn't have been much fun. But
not many wet games here, but it's a lovely little collect there by Rob Harris from the Quins kickoff, who went pretty central again with their kickoff. It's been turned over as
Quins
well by
have got
Quins somehow. They're certainly looking stronger in the forwards than we are in this second half.
Well, that's because half of ours have finished. They're in the sheds already.
Strong carry well, but there's a counter-ruck here. There's a brilliant counter-ruck. Quins managed to just get a hand on it to play it back.
And it's a Sharks ball. I don't think we've got anyone on the bench. Who's that? Is that Stocky up the middle?
Strong carry.
Yeah.
Ball's popped out, spilled out the back there.
There's Tuts there. Adil in the centre. Oh, and he's... Oh, it's a Falcon, isn't it? He dummied for the kick. I reckon Adil's played rugby league. He looks like he's got time on the ball like a league player. He was going there to show the kick through and then went for the pass.
Quick tap and go. Big Gav rocking up the middle.
Oh, go on, Gav.
He's beat the first tackle.
Go
he's
on,
still
Gav.
going.
No.
And he's knocked it on. 5 metres short. I think his eyes lit up in front of him there.
I can see Josh writing his name in the book for a beer later on because that was criminal.
He's maybe Gav's managed to get a bit too sunburnt and his arms are a bit. It's like a hot potato for him in his hands there.
Just as the tackle came in, I think the arm came round and the ball was dislodged out of his big chest area. Unfortunately, it's a knock on, but if we can have a nice good push here and cause a bit of havoc while we're up this end of the pitch, I think the Sharks will be fancying a score here.
Hopefully Gav's so disappointed that he's really up for this scrum now, and we can get one against the head, but the Quins scrum has been pretty good so far.
Strikes me as a man who would never get angry.
Very calm for his size, very calm.
Yeah, that's a great scrum. Look.
Brilliant nudge from Sharks here.
Oh, that's a great shout from me there, predicting the future.
I think Quins have managed to get their hands on it and secure the ball though somehow. Very well done by them.
They have.
Ball's been played back. It's gone straight out, but...
It's a Sharks ball.
Not sure what that's been called for.
I think it's from the scrum. I don't know. Oh, I tell you what, it'd be great because I think they've got audio. The refs here. So in some of the games, anyway, there's only one ref today. I think the refs are here, there, and everywhere. But for some games, the refs have communications. It'd be great to get them up into plugged into with Grant and his team, so we could hear the referee out of breath and struggling to tell us what the call was for. That would be great.
Almost wishing that the players know what the calls are for without saying it himself.
That's a knock on at the back of the scrum, and that's a Quins ball. Sam's gone for the 5th. Always difficult when you have a bucket of 5 and there's only 2 of you. One person misses out.
I don't mind sharing this, Charlie.
No,
this one. Don't worry.
I'll order another one. Just got to try and find someone's attention.
They don't usually have these issues with BT Sport.
I don't think they drink on the job at BT Sport, do they?
I don't know.
I don't think they do. It'd be. I tell you what, the call of the game would be better if they were allowed to.
Bit more honest with their thoughts on the game.
Bit more exciting.
Dermate's picked it up from a clearance from Quins, and he's trying to find some spaces.
Oh, he didn't even look where he was passing.
It's been a knock-on by Sharks. Quins have booted it through to the halfway. They kicked it again,
it's a rugby,
but then it's a foot race. And it's been a lovely chase-back tackle there, but the Quins have regathered it again off the floor. But Sharks have managed to turn it over now.
I think advantage has been played. Don't
About
get
10
isolated.
metres
There
out.
we go.
Sharks have managed to run it halfway down the pitch, and it's
another
knock-on.
Just trying to be a little bit too expansive with the ball.
I'm out of breath just talking about the game, never mind being on that pitch.
I'm very thirsty. I'm not out of breath. I'm very thirsty, though.
Quins boys have picked and gone again. They've got a strong game there in the second half. Played out through the back. It's a lovely tip ball.
Oh, and there's numbers.
And it looks like they're in with the numbers, unless a
Oh,
tackle.
no! Oh, no! What's
He's
happened to
been
his
tripped
leg?
over by the grass.
There's a sniper on the roof.
The sniper has got him, and it's a turnover.
Oh, I don't know what he's done. It looks like his upper leg is his hip. His gum shield's been thrown. He He's not happy. He's not in a good state.
It looked like he almost went for a goose step there, and straightened his leg and done something to upset his hip.
I'm just trying to look at the roof to see if there's a sniper up there, because they are known to be in these neck of the woods, these snipers. I've suffered a couple in my time.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was in. I mean, I would say he was probably not the most natural runner of the game. He's holding his wrist.
It looked like an uncomfortable fall
I thought it was
and sudden stop in his momentum.
It looks like it's his arm. It's his shoulder. I tell you what, if you'd have given me 10 guesses on what the problem was when he fell over there, I would never have said shoulder.
No.
I'd have started at the toe and worked my way up the leg and wouldn't have even gone past the hip.
There's been a lot of injuries in this game so far. A lot of unfortunate injuries, none of them intentional at all by either team. But
I think he saw the try line. He was already thinking about the beer he was going to drink, and that's what hurt his shoulder. His shoulder thought, I can't lift a pint.
maybe in his head he was thinking, I wonder how this is being commentated, my run currently. And that thought process has just put him off too much.
Well, maybe, but Sharks are on the ball, and Harry Jones has got the ball, and he's got some space, and he's going to let his legs go. He's looking around for support. He's gone for the handoff.
Got to say, Harry Jones really come on this season as well. He's become a lot more confident when he's playing. And
yeah, a very quiet guy as well, isn't he?
Goes about his business very well, though.
Yeah.
Good rugby IQ, and always ends up in the right place at the right time. Great runner of the ball, and a fantastic tackler as well.
Yeah. If that had been earlier on in the game, I think you'd have seen him. Oh, and Dermaid's in under the posts. After
Lovely little offload on the far side there.
Clearly couldn't see what was going on. It's so far away. But that was all made by Harry Jones's break, cutting through the middle on the halfway line, keeping the ball and keeping possession. A few rucks, and then Dermaid is in under the post for meat pie number 6, I want to say, but I'm probably wrong.
Kicking tees come on a little bit faster than it did last time. The Sharks scored.
That'll please James.
So MC Tutton's got the tee, and he's getting himself set up.
Right, so it's right in front of the post, Sam. So what do you reckon?
He should slot it,
yeah.
And I hope he.
And if that's the case, he'll take this game away, and I think it will. Yeah. He's missed it. Oh dear. Cameraman shaking his head in absolute disapproval. I think we all are. That's awful, that is. Right in front of the posts.
I think MC Tutton's just thinking about his winning rap. He certainly provided plenty of points for the Sharks this game.
He has indeed. 41-10. So 41 points. I don't know how many of those are tuts, but certainly quite a few of them.
So if you're looking at the game at the moment, who would you say your standout players from the game so far?
Well, I think you can't go too far away from Tuts at 10, just conducting the orchestra. I think generally in terms of controlling the game, he's done well. But Adil's had a few moments.
He's played very well. Open, expansive game, brilliant.
But
reading and just playing what's in front of him. I think he's even going in and playing hooker at the moment.
Oh, is he?
He certainly is. From centre to hooker.
Do you know what? He might have actually been playing hooker for most of the game.
We just didn't know with
couldn't see him. He's so small.
With him being out in that back line so much. We're going for the scrum here. Sharks ball. I think a bit of a nudge on too early there.
Just managed to get
and it's penalty to Quins. They've got the ball. Early shove from the Sharks boys before the ball was in.
Amit looks like he's got his boots back on and he's okay. Look, I think Amit's had a terrific game as well. Very difficult. Give me 5 more minutes to think about that. Have we got 5 more minutes? Probably.
Rob Harris taking a
3.5.
Big hit to the shoulder there from a strong carry from Quins again. Those boys have been relentless with their carries.
I tell you what, why don't we put it to the YouTube viewers? I don't know how many we've got live, and certainly I don't know how many we've got that would know how to use a live chat on YouTube. But why don't we put it to the viewers?
There's been a brilliant hit and steal as Mike comes away from the back of that ruck down the middle of the pitch. A few cheeky offloads out the back. And again, the ball is just moving freely through the Sharks' hands, and it looks like we're in for a score again.
Lovely stuff.
Underneath the sticks. And the game's been taken away from Quins here altogether with that final score. And that full-time whistle mustn't be far off now.
Bar Rob Harris's try, is that every single try under the posts?
I think it is. We've managed to sneak it round and run it underneath the sticks. Will MC Tutton right his wrongs here? He's missed his last two. It's right underneath the posts. He's changed his stance.
He's made it.
And it looks like it's gone through. Beautiful. Beautiful kick. No nonsense approach there. Ball on the tee. And then right in the bread basket, through the middle of it, and over.
Who would you say is your man of the match?
My man of the match.
Oh.
We've just had a delivery of some zesty beverages again, which is
we've just had
which is always welcome.
Our vice chairman, general manager, and name above the door, Nikhil, long-standing member, deliver us some zesty beverages. This is wonderful.
Strong carry
Lovely.
here up the middle.
Is that Aaron again?
Aaron running strong. Will he go for that offload? He has done. It's brilliant take.
Is that Stocky? Stocky in for the
is
try.
in.
Lovely.
Brilliant
Great
support play on the shoulder.
Unfortunately, he hasn't got it under the sticks to continue the theme.
He's going to test MC Tutton here,
Yeah.
Dr. Evil himself, with going a little bit wider of the post. But
I think that is. I think that's the Quins just done and dusted in terms of their engine as well. I think they've run out of batteries.
they're gassed.
Yeah.
They're gassed now. I think all the players on that pitch, Sharks and Quins boys, will be calling for that full-time whistle.
Thoroughly enjoyable game of rugby. Bish is here. What's the prognosis on your shoulder?
Just a little bit of a stinger, mate. Thank God.
Just a stinger.
Yeah.
I said that.
Not as bad as my other shoulder.
Not as bad as your other shoulder.
That's full time there on the game.
How long's that been like that
Brilliant
for?
performance from the Sharks. Dominant display. But Quins have certainly turned up and tested us and the Sharks' shoulders out quite a lot in this game. Bish just came to let us know that
It was a stinger.
it's just a bit of a stinger and that's about it. That was your prognosis anyway, Charlie, and you said you're a brilliant medic from a distance.
I didn't. I said I was a rubbish medic. You said I was a brilliant medic.
Well,
from a
you know,
distance.
you just got to have a bit more belief in yourself.
I think it's because I've seen all the injuries. I've had all the injuries. It's pretty common to see now for me.
Yeah.
Got a long list of frailments. I'm actually going through. I've probably got about 5 or 6 separate doctor's appointments booked for all different ailments at the moment.
Wow.
In fact, I had my schnozzer operated on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Can you breathe better than Mike Tyndall now?
Oh, I've not been able to breathe like this for probably 20 years.
Amazing.
It's,
Feel like a new man?
I do. I really do. It's still healing.
Has your running improved with the amount of oxygen you can get into the lungs now?
I'd love to be able to answer that, but I haven't tried yet. Running is not what I do anymore.
Not your forte. The Sharks boys just getting ready in their tunnel to clap the Quins boys through.
I'm right in saying that Webby, as soon as he came on, he stayed on, didn't he?
Yeah,
on his
he
debut.
did.
So good on him. He got
Boys clapping themselves off
numbers
now, which is great to see. Played in great spirits as always against the Quins boys.
Yeah, good on them. They've made the trip down from the capital, and I'm sure they'll be staying on to cheer on their for Division 1 team as well. Very strong numbers in the Quins. to have a Prem, Div 1 and strong Div 2 team. I know the Prem team's not playing today. I don't know how many of their bench or their boys have dropped into their ones today, but lovely to see a full strength from both Division 2 sides.
Yeah, brilliant
That's
to see, and
really
great to have the
important.
double header and all those Quins boys come down here.
I think there'll be a few more
Sports
people
City.
joining us now for the second game, as the heat of the day is just starting to
Fade away.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and if anyone's still interested, the band are still warming up across the other side of the pitch. So if anyone's hearing some weird noises in the background, that's what that is. Anyway, I'm just going to check with the technical team. I think we might be leaving you for a little bit. What's
The next game will start at 3 o'clock, so you guys can take a break.
so we can just shut up for half an hour. Perfect. All right.
We're going to rest our dulcet tones now.
We're gonna go and debrief on our job and see if we can come up and supply a better level of chat for the second game.
I think maybe us actually commentating on the game and not talking in general would be good.
Well, now we've exchanged pleasantries and we've
Yes.
caught up. I think it's time to. We've got no excuse. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us and watching this Div 2 game, where the Sharks have come away victors by 55 points to 10. And we look forward to rejoining you in about 25 minutes for the Div 1 game between Sharks and Quins. Thank you everyone. See you in a
Cheers,
bit.
guys. See you in a bit. Okay, we're in.
We're in.
Second game this afternoon. Dubai Sharks first versus Quins second team.
Yeah.
Refs are ready. Pitch side. Boys have just gone into the tunnel for their last minute talks and prep.
The most notable difference since we were last on air is the band over the other side have upped their sound check. And now it's starting to actually grind my gears a little bit.
Got to say the band seem pretty good as well.
I'm concerned that they've burnt themselves out before they get going, the amount of practicing they've done.
Our post-match entertainment certainly stepped up a game this year with a full band after the game and during the game as well.
I don't know if it's free tickets. They'll probably charge us an arm and a leg to get in there, so we'll just have to do ours up in the grandstand.
I feel like our next step as a club is to get a song for each player if they score or get a conversion, like in the old days.
Yeah.
I remember going to Stockport County to watch Sale back in the day when Jabal and Charlie Hodgson was playing for Sale still, and the players would score a try or make a conversion, and they'd call out the player's name and say, sponsored by McAfee.
Yeah.
Computer, whatever. And
I know a lot of clubs.
And then a song comes on.
Yeah, I know a lot of clubs do that. Maybe a big PA system is next on the agenda for us. We've already got the remote control T provider, Shark.
Just from a little shout out as well, and we've already got that after the first game.
Modern technology. So shout outs so far go to Jacob, Hannes, Cornelia. It's all the Saffers basically. All the Saffers are watching live on air.
Quins boys coming out now in green.
Yeah, that's new. I've not seen that.
No, I haven't seen that kit in
That's very
before.
green, isn't it?
So it would be green v blue for the second game this afternoon. Like I said before, it's Sharks first team versus Quins second.
Well, you can hear the volume go up a little bit there as the Sharks come out of the sheds.
Great to see the Sharks seconds boys. They're showered and ready and clapping the boys out onto the pitch. The boys are set and ready for this big game.
Yeah, looking forward to Chris Collins-Reid debuts today for the Sharks on the wing, number 14. Keep your eyes on him. Looking forward to seeing him in action. He's been pulling up trees at training, and he's absolutely chomping at the bit. And as I look over to my left shoulder, I see Tuts coming in on the corner, looking like he's about to spit some bars.
MC Tutton's he's looking fresh after his shower there, and his fantastic performance in that first game.
I know I use Viva shower gel. It's not the best to rub in, but price point, it's a very strong.
You might be able to spit bars.
Kickoff's underway. Quins have won that back. It's managed to go 10. They flicked it back and they got ball in hand. Running the ball straight away.
From my experience with Quins, keep your eyes peeled for their number 7. He's a very good player. I remember watching him the last couple of games. It's been knocked on, and that'll be a scrum to the Sharks. Quins coming out, all guns blazing.
I think the first time since we've been commentating, we're actually already getting heckled
Well,
for our skills. Unfairly, I'd say, by MC Tutton.
Yeah. Again, I do apologise for the background noise. There's still no one at the venue. It's still a sound check, and it still sound as good as they ever have done. So I don't understand why they feel the need. There's no clear energy crisis going on here, is there? Otherwise, they'd have turned everything off.
And it's Quins boys have come out firing at the start of this half. I know it's only been a couple of minutes, but really strong scrum. But Sharks have managed to come away with it with a nice pick and go.
Yeah, they're number 7 again. I can't remember his name, but he is an absolute menace. He's one of those players that you hate because he's got long hair, he's got a tape round his head, and you look at him and you go, "Ah, I hate you." But
a bit Fafter-Kirk-esque.
He's just such a good player as well, and I enjoy watching him play.
If we think of sevens back in the day with long hair, maybe a Lewis Moody-esque with the looks and style he's going for.
Yeah, do you know what? Not a bad shout because he is an absolute nuisance. So Sharks have got to clamp his game out of the match. Otherwise, if he's allowed to do what he does, then the breakdown is going to be an absolute nightmare. Nice win off the top there. Stu coming in at first receiver at number 12, secured the ball.
Looks like Quinn's slowing the game down there, but the ball's come available.
Elliot Meffin there at 9. He's getting the ball out. Nice quick ball too. Nice quick. Rents. Oh, he's looking for out the back, and he's not. Yeah, lovely. Nice tip on there from Nev. Ball's gone loose. Absolute ridiculous show and go to no one. And the ball has now come out.
It's gone out to the wing there. Nice. Missing 2 players there, straight out onto the wing, and it's been a strong carry into touch there.
He won't be happy with that, Chris. His first touch of the ball. He's really wanting to make an impression on today's game, and he'll be really upset with that first touch of the ball. Hopefully that spurs him on to do a bit more with the ball when he gets his opportunities later on in the game.
Brings us on to our second line out of the game here, Quinn's ball. Sharks' first line out was very neat off the top. Let's see if the Sharks boys can disrupt this at all.
How do you feel, Sam? Because obviously you'd want to be out there. How's the emotions for you right now?
As always, it's
nice. One again.
It's hard to not play when you feel like you're up to it, but I think a rest of my ankle another week will do me some good, and it's just great to see that first win in that first game, and hopefully the boys can put a shift in now. Charlie, you've been retired for a couple of years now. Does it get harder and harder for you every game, wanting to be out there on the pitch, or have you come? Are you at peace with yourself now and the fact that your rugby career is over?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my rugby career ended when I was 19. What the few games that I played out here were a bit of a bonus, to be honest. I mean,
Playing in the sunshine is always a bit nicer, isn't it?
It is. It's certainly more attritional on the lungs. But when I listen to myself walk down the stairs every morning, I realise that I can't do this anymore. And
first scrum of the game here, or is it the second? Maybe the second scrum of the game. But Sharks have held their own. Ball's gone out to 10. And
doing all the
spilling the ball, but it's still in Sharks' hands. It's managed to find its way out to the wing.
Foot's in touch there, unfortunately. But Chris has made a few yards there. It's it's a bit sparring at the moment. It's a little bit of standoff, just sort of airing a few jabs at the moment, just seeing who's got what, just checking everyone's arsenal at the moment. But yeah, going back to it, I think sinking my teeth into the role that I'm in now is what I enjoy, and that's what I can give back to it. So yeah, I was never a physical specimen, but I'm certainly not physically able to do anything like this. I mean,
well, with yourself and Quinny in the roles that you are in the club at the moment, it's certainly pushed the club on to things that you probably weren't expecting so fast, and it's great to see the infrastructure that's in place here now to field two teams with such depth, and we could have probably fielded a Vets team today with the amount of players that made themselves available. Nice deep kick there from Quins from their own half. Made plenty of yards up the pitch. So it'll be a Sharks line out here.
Yeah, I think the easiest, come back to what you're saying, I think the easiest thing is to say that it was it was just it's a momentum thing. It's get the ball rolling, and the more people that come in and buy into what the blueprint is, the more they take over and run with it, and that brings in more and more people. Like, you know, there's boys in amongst these teams now that I barely know, but you know, they've been out and had loads of beers with you know, Amit, yourself, Gaz, and you know, all the boys, and it's a snowball effect, and it certainly is the case with the mini youth as well, because the amount of parents that want to get stuck in and help and be involved in something is amazing. So it's just a case of making sure the plates are spinning rather than actually trying to spin them and balance them on the pegs themselves. It's now just making sure each one of those plates continues to spin, which
great analogy there, Charlie. It's a good way of putting it. And Quins just played it out of their half pretty well, and we've got Sheldon on the ball now, making a little dart up the pitch, puts a kick in midfield.
Nice
great
tackle.
follow-up.
That ball's come forward, so that should be a Sharks ball, and that's a Sharks scrum.
By Darryl there, and it's Sharks scrum on the 22.
Apologies for any neutrals that hear me clapping. I'm sorry, I'm still learning this game as a neutral. But yeah, that was good play from the Sharks. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a very close game so far. And I feel like this is going to be the case all the way through the match.
Getting set up on first scrum on the 22 at the moment to Sharks. Let's see if they can get some front football and spark a bit of magic in the back line as that ball comes out. It's a pick and go actually from the back of the scrum. Sharks securing that ball, and it's played out to Big Nev, who plays it wide.
Oh, it's through the
slip through the bread basket, and it's a knock on.
So the last time I played in the Div 1 game, there are three boys still playing in this starting lineup.
Which boys are they? Which boys are they, Charlie?
So you got Bryce in the back row, and then you've got. I've just been looking at them, so why has my head gone blank? Oh, Gaz back second row, and then Yomi on the wing. And I remember that was tough back then, and those boys were fierce. So I can only imagine that the level of the Division 1 rugby across the whole board, all the clubs, like Division 1 rugby in the UAE has certainly stepped up in the last couple of years. That's not because I've got older and fatter and more broken. It's just because of the level of rugby's gone up.
Yeah, competition certainly stepped up, and as you can see in this game now, the two teams that are out there can hold their own. It's a great win from the line out there for Sharks, and a strong carry from Big Nev up the middle.
Penalty to the Sharks, not releasing.
Not releasing as the tackle player there for Quins.
Yeah, Daz is going to look forward to just getting a few extra metres here, a little bit of territory. Proper game of chess so far.
Lovely kick there, just outside the Quins 22. And you'd like to think with Luke O'Brien's darts, we should be able to get some front football off this set piece here for the boys.
So I managed to speak to Terry earlier after the game of the Super 2s, and he was really, really happy. He said the boys did exactly what was asked of them. In the middle of the game, when it went a bit flat, they sort of let the opposition take the ball. Lovely catch and drive there from the Sharks. They've made 10 metres straight off the bat. They got
that nudge on very early.
They did.
That's given them that.
And they're still going. They're still going.
It's a wonderful catch and drive from the line out. And they're over.
They're over. That's a fantastic catch and drive.
First try of the game, and it's a wonderful try by the forwards.
25 metres out. They've gone, they've just absolutely blitzed the Quins. I don't think the Quins would have expected a catch and drive from there. Not many teams would expect a catch and drive from there.
Certainly not. And I think because they got set so early, so fast, they managed to get that nudge on before the Quins boys were set in defence.
I believe you guys have been working on that, is that right?
Yeah, a few things we've been working on, especially line-out time with our new DOR,
He's down the pitch side.
Dylan Hartley. So
Thea's there, just running over, just to give her sort of 2 cents on the game so far. Catch and drive. Say well done, Dad. That was all you. So that's nice. Good to see him over pitch side.
Definitely some of the bread and butter that he wants to instill into the team is a strong set piece. So he's been working quite a lot with the forwards on the line outs, the mauling and scrums. And it's obviously coming to fruition at the moment. We had some strong scrums in that first game, and a fantastic catch and drive there.
Yeah, that certainly was. Sheldon with the kick now with the left boot. It's got the legs. Has it got the accuracy? It hasn't.
Just falls short there. Unlucky from Sheldon.
Yeah,
young player actually. He's come over from Quins this season. He must only be 19.
Is he?
Yeah, well, I think so. Maybe he's a little bit older, but he is.
I'll check the database.
He's turned out to be a fantastic signing for us. Walked his way into the first team and showing his class really from fullback. Quins get ready to kick off. Does it make it 10? Just about. And they're contesting quite a lot at that.
It's good float on that.
At that kickoff. Nice high ball.
It's not
just getting over the 10.
Pleasing, that ball, but it does a job. It's hanging up in the air.
Rents with the strong carry up the middle there. Must have made it at least about 8 metres. Played out to the back. So lovely grubber kick in. Wide as Yomi tries to collect. He just misses it.
I tell you what, I'm no winger, but I'm right-footed, and I'd have just loved to have stuck my boot on that.
Played it through to yourself. Would you have played that through to yourself? Would you have ran onto that?
I'd have kicked. I mean, I'm a hooker, so I visualise what I would be able to do, but whether I could actually do it or not is a different thing. But love to have stuck my right boot through that towards the posts. Back up into the centre of the field, and just hope that I've got some boys running in to cover that as well. That would have been
Quinn's first line out here, I think, and
they've
just missed it. It's gone out the back to Nev. Nev's played it to 9. It's gone out to Bryce, who's playing a central role there as a forward. So just truck that ball up.
Quins haven't won it yet. Not releasing the tackler there. The guy did get over for the jackal, but unfortunately the ball carrier was not released, or the tackler didn't release, and penalty to Sharks. Quins haven't won a line-out yet.
No, I don't think they have. And instead of the tap and go there, we've decided to opt for kick to corner, play to our strengths, and that set piece like we were discussing before.
Yeah, Sharks just starting to turn the screw a little bit here in terms of dominance in the game. and they'd be hoping for another catch and drive here, or maybe they're going to bluff the catch and drive, and they're going to go and give the back line a bit of movement.
Let's see what happens. Luke O'Brien tees himself up. Call's been made. It goes to the middle of the line out. Nice and clean. They're going for the drive again, which I don't blame them for after that strong performance in that previous try. They set it up again at the back of the maul, and they go forward again.
Unfortunately, we're going to go behind the gazebos here, so I'm going to try and
keep rolling. They're rumbling forward, the boys, and there's been a peel off the back there. And it's another. No, it's not.
Holding on. It's a penalty to Quins. I've just had to jump up onto the step above and use my athleticism to lean over and see what's going on here.
Looks like there's a few breakaways from the initial maul there, which maybe left our ball carrier slightly isolated. Quins clear the line to 10 metre just inside their half. And we're hoping that there's going to be a steal here for Sharks, but let's see how.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see how the Quins boys get on here.
Just been sponsored another zesty beverage from Remco. I'm telling you, Remco picked off the toe last time. The Super 2s played the Quins. Luke's just taking the ball in there, chop tackle down, quick ball out, and that's. Scorgy there with the run up the centre of the park. Quick ball again.
Yards.
Oh, and that's Stu there with a knock on, unfortunately, on their 22.
Trying to pick the ball from his knees there.
Yeah.
Pass probably wasn't quite as accurate as he wanted it to be to him, but still strong start from the Sharks boys.
Quite a buzz now in the stands behind us. Good to see everyone. Gus is showing his appreciation with a finger, with a digit. I won't tell you which one.
But it's great to see Gus has, even though I would say that it's hotter in the dugout once you're showered after a game, he's still managed to get the hairspray on his hair, and it's looking as Ronan Keaton as ever.
Phenomenal.
Wonderful.
Phenomenal. Stands are filling up nicely. Everyone's sort of trying to hide in the shade in the back corners.
Amit showing his appreciation as well.
Oh, and a charge down here. And it's
Quins are on the back foot.
Number 9 is to scoop up this.
Looks like they're going to clear the lines, and he does.
Yeah,
not very far, though.
No, off the side of the boot there, and he won't be too pleased with that contact. He had a lot of time. Scorgy is trying to round up the troops and say, come on, boys, let's get this. Guys, if you're listening in on YouTube Live, whether you're a Quins, a Shark or a neutral, give us a shout out, say hello, tell us where you're listening from or watching from, and yeah, we'll give you a shout out on the airwaves.
Sharks are winning from the line out there, and little chip through. Trying to keep. I think the game plan is trying to keep the Quins boys pinned back in their half and see what they can do with it at the moment. Test our defence. Yeah. They've gone for a box kick, beautiful box kick, and it's found touch very well.
Yeah, just before the halfway line. Yeah, a bit of tennis, isn't it? It's, you know, if you're playing tennis, always make sure you hit the ball back. So they're the ones. If an error is going to be made, they make the error, and then you pounce on it. So they're taking the tennis approach there.
With that analogy, Charlie, you must be quite a good tennis player as well. No, I presume.
No, awful. No.
Not many returns from yourself in the game.
I played a bit of racket sports in my day, but anything in an individual sport, tennis, golf, squash, I capitulate into a complete marshmallow. The only thing I'm good at is booze and balls.
Yeah. So
shout out to free plug here. Straight out, unfortunately. Shout out to Nielsen Active Holidays. Used to work for them. We used to do booze and balls, and you know, as long as I've got a beer in one hand or a zesty beverage in one hand, tennis racket in the other, I seem to be doing okay. Getting me into a game situation, and I completely fluff my lines. Team sports. What were you like at individual sports?
I did a bit of triathlon back in the day, Charlie.
It's not an individual sport. That's a weird addiction.
Managed to find myself moving away from it and back into rugby again.
Not surprised by
from
that.
an early age, but Figured maybe that's something for later in life. After my rugby
that's
career
a great
is over.
turnover.
Brilliant turnover from Sharks there.
It's a great turnover on their number 7 as well, who I did blow up his status earlier on in the game. So I'm a big fan of
Lewis
that.
Moody.
Yeah, I'd love to get his name. Have to try and find it. Good to see that no one has posted or shared anything on the live chat. Say hello. So I have no idea if we're talking to anyone. 42 watching now.
That's quite good.
There's 42 people.
Let
Come
us know
on,
if you
say
can
hello.
hear us, by the way, because the chat is questionable. But I think actually a bit of a breath of fresh air. We're having a different take on it. I
Yeah,
would say.
absolutely. And what's really refreshing, and probably what Grant is so pleased about, is there's not been a swear word yet. He sent me an email and he said, Charlie, these are the rules. You've got to abide by them. I have a bit of a track record. I get a bit carried away, and so I'm quite happy with myself so far. I've not said any naughty words. So it's a very family friendly affair. So we've got Rogers, our prop, who is listening all the way from Kenya, as is Hannes. He's still watching. Rogers is live from his village at Kendu Bay. So hello to Rogers and his village.
Sounds like a lovely spot, Kendu Bay.
Well, we've talked about it a few times, about going over there for a bit of a tour, and I'd love to do that. And I'm sure a lot of the boys would love to get involved in that. Take some of the old kit over, do some training, and then whoa! Oh my lord! The wind has got up a little bit here, and the old shade has decided to take off. And I've turned around to Mike. And all he's doing is just grinning with a beer in his hand, laughing at me. And that's not what I need. I need a support from him. I don't need this from him. I need someone to come and hold this down. Otherwise, I'm going to stretch down pits. That leg's fallen off the...
Let me just attend to that, Charlie,
I'll
and
hold
you
it.
keep the fans entertained.
I'll hold it down. I'm sure the fans would rather listen to you waffle on than me, but... yeah, just a few technicalities here with the gazebo. The sun is piercing down on us this afternoon in the Dubai Sports City stand, and unfortunately there would have been no shade for us where the camera and the comms crew is set up. So we've had to erect a gazebo, and the wind is now starting to pick up. So we're going to have to, well, you know, the show must go on, as they say. And the show will go on as we carry on talking. The water break is finished. And the forwards trudge back off to the other side of the pitch for a Sharks line-out. Similar position to where they scored the first try. It would be audacious to be looking at a pick and drive. Yeah, it's off the top. It's missed 3, and that's straight for Nick. SH1T Nick, and that's a Quins penalty. Nick getting isolated there, and another little annoying shove from the number 9. 9s they're a unique breed, aren't they? They're put on planet Earth to get under people's skin.
Like Jack Russell's, I would say, Charlie. Like a Jack Russell.
Well, look, a Jack Russell is, you know, they're a bit cute, and you can sort of stroke them behind the ear, and all's forgiven. But 9s. When you're playing them, even when you have a beer with them afterwards, you're like, I want to like you, or I do like you, but I don't. That's why they're put on this planet Earth, and it's out of pure respect that they don't get their face caved in, because that's their job. That's what they do, and they do it so well. And
Ball
the
straight
Quins
over the
9
top there from Quins, and Nev's regathered it. Daz has tried to clear it, but he sliced it, and it's actually made about a metre.
Yomi's
but
done
Yomi's collected it brilliantly.
Ever so well there. A lovely crossfield kick there from Daz that was 100% meant to be. Nice movement from the number 8 there. Some forwards with the hands, and Yomi's there.
Little miss pass to Yomi on the wing,
And
who's
he's kept
taken it up quite well. gained about 10 metres there. Gaz with the strong carry as always.
I tell you what, he is a phenomenal bloke to share a pitch with. He's with no care in the world for his body. Ridiculous human being. Luke through the middle. Oh,
A lovely little step and show and go from Luke to gain about 5 metres up the pitch there.
oh, and Daz with the show and go, and here he is one-on-one, and he's gone inside, and it's gone for Meffin, and Meffin is under the, no, he's not quite made it to the post, but that is a Sharks try, and that is some beautiful, beautiful phase play there from the Sharks. And I would say that that's all down to Neville at 9, with about two breakdowns to go. Big Nev coming in at 9 to distribute the ball to Daz, who is the almighty show and go through to the ball, inside to Meffin, and Sharks are in for the try. That's lovely stuff.
Great to see the backs putting together some phase play there as well. I know over the last couple of games the forwards have really sort of put that platform in place for the backs to play, and we've not really had the opportunities to play the game that we want to, but it seems like it's coming together for the Sharks there with their try.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Because the last 3 games that we've played have all been under the lights with real humidity. I remember even the Dragons game pre-season, and Kick's good. The Dragons game, Sam just dropped the comms and he's disappeared off. But the Dragons game, everyone looked like had been swimming in the sea during the game. Everyone was soaking wet. The ball was a soft, greasy pill, and then the Pumas game was a bit of a loose, greasy pill. And then under the lights, up at the Sevens, although not as humid, was still under the lights, and I mean their backline just did better than us ultimately. So yeah, it's really good to see.
We're quite lucky actually, Charlie. We've been graced with the presence of MC Tutton, who both of us were applauding his efforts in that first game as one of the players of the game. Really wonderful player, and I might even put him on the mic for a moment just to share his thoughts on his performance and the current state of affairs on the pitch with the first.
As long as he knows he can't swear, that's fine. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's a bit big for the headset. Good afternoon, everybody, especially our fans tuning in from Switzerland. It's a great game so far. Sharks are playing very, very well. Little do people know, the Sharks have actually got a wealth of shipbuilding on the pitch today.
A wealth of shipbuilding, you say?
Yes. So our prop Nev, he actually was part of the team that designed and built the Bismarck.
Oh no, I've just spilled
and our chairman has just spat what is called beer on himself.
No,
but anyway, it's a fantastic game so far. It's a very good club day. Looking on for 2 good wins today.
Well,
I must say.
Don't speak too soon, please.
Well, we'll speak too soon. I'm a pundit, not a commentator.
So how did you find your game today?
Yeah, it was tough in the heat.
Yeah.
But it was very much against a more of a veteran type team. So we knew if we could kind of keep it tight early on, wear down the clock, we'd beat them.
Yeah.
And then I scored a worldie try, the length of the entire pitch twice, in about 8 to 9 minutes in, and probably about a 75% kicking record.
For viewers who have been with us since the start of the broadcast will have heard me predict this comment right here. I said that you were going to call it from you picked the ball up in the car park and ran the whole length of the pitch, but
no, I started running back from the Dubai Sevens, but the ball was in the zone, so I was a 5k through. But all in all, it's looking good so far.
Who would you give MOM to for the first game?
It's tough because you can never really name yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the issue. I'd have to say it was a kind of a team effort, but for me it was actually Rob Harris, because they were who is the second row, number 4, ginger fella, looks a bit like, well, I wouldn't know. They were doing a lot of close work around the ruck, like hard up runners, and every time he was cutting them down very, very, very well. So it makes a huge difference when you got something like that, when their big lumbering number 8 is getting stripped down straight away every time.
Yeah.
And it really turns the momentum for the team, gets the heads up, like gets smiles on the faces of the boys, you know. And thankfully, and then it's also worth mentioning that during that game I think we conceded 2 tries.
You did, yeah.
But yeah, and then as soon as Amit went off as captain and I resumed the role I was born to, we stopped conceding. So we've got a very good record under my leadership at the moment.
I mean, phenomenal modesty there.
Thank you very much.
It's difficult because I actually probably would have given you MOM. I get where you're coming from with Rob Harris and Amit doing some great work in and amongst it, but I thought the game overall was controlled really well at 10. I thought you kicked really well in ball out of hand, and you fed the ball ultimately to your backline that produced the goods and scored the tries. So ultimately that comes from a 10.
Yeah, but I'm all about modesty, so I cannot accept this honour.
Yeah, it's very noble of you.
Yeah. So, any of our viewers on the comments? Anyone watching House of Dragons at the moment?
Hang on, let's see. There's only like 3 people watching. Oh no.
So who have we got watching?
Oh, hang on. We've got big shout out to Precision Events who are listening in. Alan O'Shea.
Hello, Alan. Do you want to sponsor us? 200,000 dirhams a day, and you're in.
So Alan is the stepdad of the Harlequins number 6, Michael Lean. So we'll keep an eye out for him.
He's having a great game so far.
Is he?
Yep.
He's not the 7 though, is he?
No, 6. You said.
Yeah, I know, but the 7's quite good as well. Silvana Johnson watching from the UK. Daryl's mum. Oh, Silvana, you've made a lovely boy there.
Yeah,
we're
going to work on some kicking. It's not getting it quite there, but I'm happy to do a free of charge kicking clinic. Or we'll do there'll be some cost involved, maybe petrol money, but that's it.
Oh, and we've got Yvette, Sheldon's mum, watching as well from South Africa. She's very proud indeed, and so she should be. Great to see Sheldon doing his, plying his trade at 15 for the Sharks. Kicking the goals.
He's also very handsome, so congratulations on that as well.
Wouldn't take me much to turn for him, let me tell you that.
Oh, we're a PG channel today.
It was PG. You can read between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our sponsors, Access Hire.
So
best cranes in the business.
We have, yeah. And next broadcast will actually be from the other side of the pitch, which will be unfortunate because we won't be near the bar, but we'll have.
We're going to walk over there.
Yeah. So Access Hire are going to bring over one of the scissor lifts, and we'll be filming from up there, which will be great.
What, today?
No, the next time we're here. Oh, referee's called that a knock on, and I'm not sure about that. We've got Adam and Gemma. Adam's the Minion Youth chairman. They've actually gone on a birthday weekend away up at RAC.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Are you at the Rixos? Because I could tell you a few things about the Rixos and our chairman, but not today. It's PG, apparently.
Let me tell you where they are. They're up in RAC in the hotel room watching the live stream.
Which hotel? Comment on the hotel.
Yeah, we'll
rate
see.
the food, the service, and also the valet.
Yeah, and a big shout out to the Minion Youth boys that have come down to help out as ball boys and get stuck in. Great to see them. Lovely to have them on board.
And a big shout out to Fingers as well as the medic. Is that a terrible tattoo on his calf or mud? I cannot tell. Oh no, there's some very nice hands here from the Quins, but a knock on.
Forward.
But now Yomi's got it. Yomi's on the charge. Oh, he's taken down. Sheldon's got the ball. Right, here we go. Now we're going to commentate on some rugby. So Yomi stepped in as 9. Right, there's someone at 5. Oh, Big Tom. So a little known fact about Big Tom, he's Phil Mitchell and I'm Grant Mitchell. So you two's which one's the better brother? But that is our partnership. One day we're going to play together. Oh, Luke with the hands. Oh, a knock on.
Have you ever seen Big Gaz put one out the back of the hand like that? What has happened to him?
You wouldn't know he's from Wigan anymore, would you? I think his missus being from Kent.
I thought he was one-dimensional, absolutely hit it up. But there he is and out the back. I don't know what I've just seen. Another big shout out to one of the ex-Sharks boys, Jack Pearce. Lovely to hear from you, Jack. Hopefully you'll be back here with us soon.
Yeah, we need some more birthday parties, just like your daughter's first birthday. That was one of the highlights of my life. So thank you very much for that, Jack. And if you need
Sheldon over the top.
Sheldon over the top. Big
and
Chris.
Is that big?
No, it's a forward
it's
pass.
a forward pass, and I have to say I don't think it was, but who am I to question the refereeing here today?
You're a commentator. You're allowed to do it. Roy Keane does it.
He's a pundit. He's not a commentator.
Okay, well, he commentates if he talks on a mic, he's a commentator.
Yeah. Big shout out to Putes, who's listening in on his Precision Events.
How much is Putes?
Account.
Let us know how much the Chang costs at the moment in Thailand. And if you're asking my favourite order, it is Penang chicken curry, Penang curry, sticky rice, and morning glory. That's your go-to. Maybe a side of oh no, that's Chinese. But make sure you have a mango sticky rice as well, mate. It's just full of healthy carbohydrates. You know, keeps the body fresh, and allows you to really go hard on the Chang. Anyway, I'm going to step off because
about time.
Everyone's getting peed off at me. Thank you very much.
No, good job.
Thank you. I'll come back to my post-match review.
All right.
But yeah, that's when it goes non-PG. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Big thank you to Tuts there on the ones and twos. Good stuff. Great to hear from him. Great to see the comments, the live chat getting a bit louder as well. Keep it going, guys. Keep talking.
Got our club captain here as well alongside us here with Amit after a stellar performance in that first game.
I thought he was dead and buried with that cramp, but then I saw him back on the pitch and unbelievable.
He's actually styling out the Sharks bucket hat quite well. He's turned it into a sort of regular, almost army-esque with his hat style at the
Quins
moment.
have broken off the back of the scrum and they've made 30 metres straight away. And here we go. This is an opportunity for Quins to get back on the score sheet here. Show and go from first receiver at 10. And he's popped it off the ground. A bit of sevens play there. And then number 6. Oh, that was back through the thingies.
The mum of the Quins player, I believe, is tuning in and watching.
So Alan,
there was
your boy there, who's going a bit sideways. We could do with him seeing him go a bit forwards. I don't know. Is that what you taught him at back in Ireland? He went a bit sideways there, but lovely to see him on the ball.
Referee calling to the touchline at the moment for a substitution. So it looks like it's our first substitution of the game. One of the Quins players going off holding his shoulder, probably a bit of a stinger, I imagine.
It's a front row replacement quite early on in the game, really. Yeah, it looks like he's got a stinger.
Coming on into the front row,
I would do
hooker.
That. I would have done that though. If I was a bit tired and couldn't be bothered anymore, I would be holding an element of my body and just sort of going, yeah, I've had a stinger. Just to get off the pitch. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully he's nothing like me.
It's high tempo at the moment, isn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, it's too much for me. I could not deal with this. Sharks straight in there with the grapple, but it's still Quins' ball. Keeping it tight. Some good meters made there. Ball's gone back.
There's a good press from the Sharks boys here. And
lovely press.
Quins have got a bit of an open ball play.
He's trying to get the ball loose to give it on the offload out the tackle.
Bryce, our captain, with a brilliant tackle there. Stu coming in with another tackle there.
Yeah.
And it's turnover for Sharks.
And Daz has gone for a boot and he's going to go and play some territory, but I think he's gone into the wind. He just held it up a little bit. And what have the Sharks defence got here? Sheldon here to try and scoop it up.
Bit of tennis being played at the moment. Quins kick it back. Sheldon picks up inside the Sharks 22.
He's got some time.
Looks to what he wants to do next with the ball. Tries a little show and go, slips though. Goes to ground. Sharks still got the ball though.
Yeah, they've won the ball, but there's no one behind the ball here to sort it out.
A pick and go.
And you don't want Scorgi on his own, so you need the support in there. Nice pick and go from Yomi, and it's a show and go. Oh, what's the referee pulled that back for?
Fortunately, the Sharks were just off the wing there, but there's a Quins player down at the moment. And
completely didn't see that guy in the middle of the pitch. On the
just getting a little bit of attention. So the ref's blown his whistle, and the boys have just got a moment to catch their breath and get those vital fluids on board.
Great to see so many people behind us in the bar enjoying the rugby, and some families down enjoying the shade near the pitch side. Some of the under 4s I can see come down to watch. That's lovely to see.
Great to see such strong support here at Sports City for the Sharks boys.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely. It's Amit will tell you where we've come from. It's amazing to see. It really is. Just a nice word from Manal there, who heads up operations here at ISD, who looks after us very nicely, has finally listened to our requirements and opened the bar up upstairs. That was probably #1 priority.
Fundamental,
yeah, it was.
I would say.
If we're gonna hire the pitchers here, we need a beer tap, and they have produced. So we're just here with a long-standing injury.
Looks like our DOR, Dylan's heading onto the pitch just to have a word with the boys as they try and cool down a little bit and get some water on board.
I'd go as far as to say that's my biggest what would it be, jealousy, or my biggest thing is now not playing rugby. I don't get to be involved in the nuances of being a player and having someone of that caliber provide insight, chat, support. What's it like, Sam?
It's amazing, really, and I remember our line-out at the start of the season. We probably overthought it a little bit too much, and Dylan came in, really simplified it for the lads, and got all the boys, no matter it's first, seconds, vets, everybody singing off the same hymn sheet, and we've got a pretty solid line-out now, and hopefully that'll develop over the season as we go. Not sure what insight you can give us into set piece for sevens rugby, but it'll be interesting to see what he could offer come that 7 seasons in a couple of weeks.
Well, he did, of course, coach the Barley Legends at the sevens last year, and that was the beginning of what was to be for the Sharks.
Unfortunately, to see one of the Quins players going off, looks like another shoulder issue.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Doesn't look pretty at all for him. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and he's got a speedy recovery. Don't like to see that from the players leaving the pitch with an injury, but getting well taken care of by our Sharks medic Ian.
Ambulance. Oh, and Nick the Chin has made a break and he's passed it. Oh, and that is a wonderful pass. And is that Sheldon in to score the try? And I'm sure that Sheldon's mum, Silvana, will be at. Oh no, not that's Daryl's mum. I've just got to go through.
Brilliant
the
set piece there, and fantastic to see the Sharks
Sam.
boys go over the line with a fantastic score. Again, the backs are on fire today, really holding their own, and showing the Quins boys what they're about.
Oh,
Ball boys.
Yvette, there you go. Big shout out. Your boy's just gone in for a massive meat pie for the Sharks, and I don't know if that's his first. Is that his first for the Sharks?
I'm not sure. It might be, you know.
Anyway,
it might be.
That one's for you, Yvette. I hope you're at home enjoying that one. Lovely to see. We've had a few more shout outs as well, which is lovely to see. Wendy Renton, I reckon that's Rentz's mum. Let's have a look. Where are we? Yeah, Ben Rentz. Number 7, Mum and Dad watching from Lancashire, England. Well, I hope you're enjoying it.
You're up near my neck of the woods, guys, and Rentz has been a fantastic addition to the team this year. Brilliant bloke, excellent rugby player, and making a difference as ever to our performance on the pitch.
Oh, and a big shout out to Brooklyn as well. So Brooklyn's proudest little sister of Sheldon, who's just gone over for his meat pie, so she'll be even prouder right now. That's amazing to see. Lovely, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Theo, oh, here we go. How the hell do you pronounce that? Velgimud. Hi guys, watching from Pretoria, South Africa. Yeah, I obviously know it's Andrew, but I have no idea how you pronounce the surname. Anyway, Theo, Andrew's doing well. He's not had a cut to the face yet today. And there's a knock on, and here we go. And Daz is in. Oh, and that'll be called back. Unfortunately, Daz was there.
Shout out to Alan O'Shea as well. He's making a comment on our fantastic commentary. Wonderful to see that.
Thanks, Alan.
That our dulcet tones have come under some positive feedback.
Yeah, lovely to hear. Lovely to hear from everyone from all around the world. Seems to be a lot of South Africans though.
It seems it's a massive Safa community here at Sharks.
Well, they love their rugby, don't they? I mean, they are absolutely. I mean,
they love their quality rugby, Charlie.
You talk
quality
about
rugby.
You talk about Kiwis being rugby obsessed, but I tell you what, Safas are up there as well. They are certainly up there.
Scrum here to Sharks,
but that's a
but
penalty.
something going on there. I think they're driving through the side.
Nev's been penalised for pulling down and in. I would say that he walks away like a guilty man, unfortunately.
Head down.
Yeah.
Back to the opposition.
Not enough
Guilt
sun.
written all over him.
Not enough sun.
Quins go for the kick here. They go. They see touch quite well, just outside the 22 of the Sharks in their half, and we'll be able to see what sort of attacking prowess they have off set piece. Looks like they're just having a chat there, organising what they want to what they want to do.
Putes has come back and he said straight out of the playbook. So good to see that. Good to see what's going on the training ground is playing off on the pitch.
Brilliant contest for Sharks. They've managed to actually knock that back, but it's gone into a Quins' hand.
It's gone back.
It's been turned over though at the breakdown.
I tell you what, Elliot Meffin at 9 has had a fantastic game so far. If only his parents were watching as well.
There's Luke O'Brien with the playoff from the 9 position there. Fantastic play for the team.
Great clear out from Scorgie. Absolutely no nonsense. Massive don't argue at the breakdown.
And another brilliant carry from Gaz there, getting that front football. Rent's just
that was like
putting some
motion.
Order to proceedings there with
that
a
was
lovely
like slow motion, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely floated pass.
Prass.
A prass.
No.
Have you never heard of a prass? It's a floating pass,
yeah.
Charlie. A prass.
Tyrone's unfortunately just knocked it on, but it's come back to the advantage, and he's just going to play it out, and I think that will be the half.
Wonderful first half of rugby there, Charlie.
What a half, yeah, 19-0 to the Sharks, and I have to say I was a little bit, concerned going into this game. I thought Quins, I thought this was going to be a tough encounter, and look, the second half is still to come, but Sharks 19-0 up at half time. That's a fantastic half time result.
A brilliant result for us after our first half. But I know last year we played under the Friday night lights over at the Sevens against Quins last year as our last game of the season, and
yeah, it
turned out to be a difficult game. And the Quins boys were fantastic that day, and we managed to get a fight back in that second half, something that we hope doesn't happen for the Quins boys in this second half, but it's great to see.
Well, look, I think
some good rugby down at Sports City, so central to Dubai,
yeah.
and I think Dubai's probably been missing out on that a little bit.
Well, look, instead of going for brunches, you can come and watch some live sport, have a few sherbets, be amongst friends. We're always still looking to do more and more pitchside entertainment as the season goes on. But yeah, like we've got some friends down here. A lot of the under 4 kids and parents are here, just chilling out. Got beer in hand and just enjoying their Saturday afternoon. That's what it's all about. But going back to the game, I would say that I called it before the Quins back row. Especially their number 7, I don't know his name. He was
Lewis Moody.
He was all over us last year. He was an absolute thorn in our sides, and he's had a very quiet game. And I would put that down to the fact that the opposition, his opposition, our Sharks back row have kept him quiet. I would say.
They've nullified it, and Sharks are playing to their strengths at the moment, and something that's probably been missing over previous games. We've managed to get that ball out to the backs, and with that humidity dropping and the ball being a little bit easier to handle, the backs have really, put their front foot forward and have made some fantastic plays to score these tries so far.
Lovely stuff. Okay, so Theo, it's pronounced Welgi mode. Welgi mode? Welgi mode. So Theo, Andrew is he's playing a blinder today. He's not come off with a cut face, so that's a positive. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for the second half. Hopefully he's going to do a bit more damage.
Welgi mode. There we go. We'll try and remember that for the rest of the game.
There's a lovely buzz up in the stands up in the back. So Sports City have basically built a bar, a terrace outside, and that seems to be filling up very nicely indeed. Good to see. And
it's actually brilliant to see that the seconds are sticking around for the first game, and the post-match nutrition. I know back in the UK you might have got a hot chili or a hot dog or something like that, but we've got Gus here just sinking his teeth into a lovely bag of salted Lays.
Oh, yes.
And they are some of the best things you can have post-match for nutrition.
Well, actually, I mean, if you go out and sweat around in this today, you're going to lose a lot of salt. So
you are. It's clever, really.
You might as well just shove a salt pot down your throat.
Yeah, he's a clever man, and I think well, Gus's hair. Would you say it looks as good as usual?
On point. I'd say it looks better.
Do you think him and our man in the second row, Mike, Ronan Keaton, do they share a bottle of hairspray post-game? Or
no. I tell you who Gus shares a life with, and that is one of the guys from Outer Banks. Have you seen Outer Banks?
I have seen Outer Banks.
Yeah. Is it JJ?
Yes, it might be JJ.
Yeah.
Yes. We've got some plaudits here, and Sam Bishop saying that he agrees with that.
Bish, who's now had his shoulder iced, he seems to be okay again, which is good.
He's. Do you know everybody usually goes for the classic Javiana flip-flops? Gus has gone slightly off cuff with a pair of Lacoste sliders.
Fashion.
He's not just about hairspray. He also makes sure he has the labels that he needs on his sliders, and that's great to see. The boys are about fashion. He's actually offering me his post-match nutrition now with the Lay's salted crisps. But
could you ask them to put some more ice in that bucket?
Yes.
Could you get
Gus, we love your salted Lay's, but could you ice our lemon zest a little bit more, please? I'm not sure, Gus. I'm not sure. Gus is on it. Those Lacoste sliders they're sticking to his feet, and he's off like a whippet, just like he was in the game as well. Straight between the seats and up into the grandstand, where he's going to find the ice for us, and the rest of the supporters as well. Boys have just made it back onto the pitch now. Sharks boys are out there first, and Quins boys are following.
Oh, Sam, I just need to stop you there. Just news from the under-15s girls who are featuring in the Saxo Bank tournament today. They have managed to reach the cup final and the shield final. So big shout out to the girls. Best of luck to them. Go strong, girls, and do the Sharks proud. Awesome to hear.
Fantastic to hear that, girls. Keep on going. I know I teach a few at my school, at Jebel Ali School, and it's fantastic.
Is it good to see your knowledge rubbing off?
My knowledge rubbing off on those girls.
Yeah, beautiful. Shameless plug that.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. But great to see more and more girls getting involved in rugby here, and the under-15 girls going so well at Saxo Banks. Line out there, just gone over the top, been regathered by Sharkso with a strong carry up the middle.
Big Andrew at 8. Nev at first receiver.
Nev with the tip on.
And then Rents is through.
Gone straight through the gap.
Yes, Papa! We're in! That's an absolute beaut. It's a subtle show and go from Rents. He's picked his line, and he's like a hot knife through butter, and that is a lovely, lovely try.
It's brilliant, that try.
That should be that try should be sponsored by a lubricant.
It should be. Any in mind, Lurpak? Lurpak being number one, or
it can be a bit. Oh, what would be your
number one go-to there for slicing a knife through butter. But brilliant try there from Rents.
Thanks, Gussie.
And his parents watching on as well from Lancashire.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be proud of that.
Where are they?
Don't think the sun will be shining quite as much as it is here. But hopefully you can feel the warmth of his grace on the pitch there as he slid through the defensive laps in the Quins defence.
Slid through. Oof.
Wonderful try.
Slid.
Forwards doing it all. Forwards doing it all there. Instead of the backs, you know, caught the Quins out.
Wendy.
Wendy.
That's Rentz's mum. Wendy.
Proud day.
I'm clapping for you, Wendy. Beautiful stuff. You've made an absolute beautiful human there.
Quins have kicked off. Lovely regather from Sharks.
Scored you there with the taking. He's come thudding back down to earth.
Is it Andrew there taking it up down the middle?
We're gonna have to come
Strong
up with
carry.
we're gonna have to come up with a better surname or an easier one to pronounce.
Stu's gone with a little punt through there just before the Quins 22. It's a hard ball to gather for them, but the pressing defence is good, but they've shown some lovely hands and another great charge down from Andrew. Ball goes out on the halfway for a Quins line out.
I'm gonna put the performance at the moment. It's down to Relentless. It is Relentless.
Well, I think that the Sharks, our fantastic forwards coach, Josh Ives, you know, always plugs away at us to say that we always work hardest off the ball, and at the moment the Sharks boys seem to be doing that. And even when we feel like there's a little glimpse of potential for Quins to break through, Sharks boys are there where they need to be.
Just seem to be nullifying it. Just seems to be nullifying any Quins advances at the moment, and Quins don't seem to be having an answer. I mean, that can all change at the flick of a switch. But I think there'll be some times, and I think this is what's been worked on at training. You know, let the opposition have the ball.
Lovely offload by Nick there in the centres. Ball's found its way out to Chris on the wing, who's taken it in, managed to keep it in field and not going into touch.
Bryce
with a strong carry up there. Quins playing not rolling away, but we managed to find it out for Sharks.
Chris is through. Here we go. And I think
Chris
is in for his debut meat pie, and that is wonderful to see. And that's great play from the forwards, and especially Elliot Meffin with the visuals there. You'd have always gone carried on open, but he's swapped it back to the blind side. And he's given it to Chris Collins-Reid, who's just broken one tackle and he's through to score his debut meat pie. And that's wonderful to see. And I think Elliot's had a fantastic game so far today.
It's been great for Chris to actually finally have the opportunity to play for Sharks after a few admin issues held him back from the first couple of games. But he's making his presence known straight away in this game.
Yeah, lovely to see that. Yeah. But again, I'm going to call that, and I'm going to put that to Elliot with a beautiful, beautiful play from number 9. Now, I don't know how much longer Elliot's got on the pitch, because I think Vegas is looking pretty limber and ready to go onto the pitch, so there's going to be a potential change at 9.
As always, Vegas looking chomping at the bit to get on the pitch.
Yeah. I think there'll be a few boys chomping to get on the pitch for this one. But so far, no changes just yet, and I think Quins have just got the one in the front row.
Water's got on, boys have rehydrated.
The mini and youth boys doing a great job supporting the seniors. Great to see. Huge thank you to them. We'll be down actually tomorrow night to watch the under-16s take on Canes. Back down here, hopefully the bar will be open. Get your roasts in early and then make your way down to Sports City to watch the under-16s against Dubai Hurricanes tomorrow evening. We'll certainly be there cheering them on, paying back to the efforts that the mini and youth boys have done today. Scrum here to Quins, 15 metres into the Sharks half.
Coach is having a tight little meeting down there between Terry, Ivesy and Dylan. probably discussing tactics of how they can push on from this lead that they've managed to gather here. Ball's played out from the Quins 9 to the 10.
Wendy's happy. She's
trucked it up on the inside. Gained some nice yards there off a set piece. Lovely,
that's a great
lovely handoff from.
Oh, and Yomi with
the
pullback, but that was a great break of play from the Quins centre there.
Quins loose at the moment. Ball's up in the air like a hot potato. But it looks like it's been turned over by Sharks with a relentless defensive play.
Sheldon.
And we're playing out from our own 22.
That's there, and then here comes Nick.
Nick and Chris playing some lovely balls to each other to keep that ball alive and away from danger. Been played out to a lovely...
And then Scorgie there at first receiver, and he's gone out the back to Gaz, the man from Wigan, who's gone out the back again himself, and unfortunately Rents wasn't able to pick it up his shins, and the referee's called it a knock-on, but that's fantastic. That's 40, 50 metres of ball in hand play there the Sharks have made back up the pitch, and that's the sort of thing that's going to demoralise the Quins, because, you know, you can go up the other end of the pitch and start mounting pressure, but then a turn of a switch, you come back 50 yards and you're back where you started, and what do you do?
It's hard work, especially in this heat for the boys, and, you know, after receiving a ball and making a load of yards up that pitch.
Here we go.
Oh, we've got
Phil LaRue. Phil LaRue's coming on for his 50th Division 1 cap. Been in the country a number of years now, and here he is, his 50th cap out here in the UAE, and I'm sure he'll be very happy with himself.
Stalwart of the Sharks here, Luke O'Brien coming off in place of, well, for Phil coming on for him.
Good to see Luke not come off with a knock or an injury, or, you know,
he's been a brilliant addition to the Sharks over the last couple of years. Brilliant rugby IQ, and yeah, a man who can hit the back ball at a line out quite easily with his darts. Hard to come by in the UAE. Lads who can hit the darts properly. So.
Okay, so I've just got a message, and I don't know who's logged into the Precision Events thing on YouTube, but it might not even be Pewts, it might be Pat. And Pat's messaged me saying, why don't we get a shout out? So Pat, Bailey and Zach and the boys are watching. Bailey and Zach, I hope you're watching the fruits of your father's labours here, because, you know, he's put on a fantastic... He's laid the foundations there for a fantastic display, especially at the breakdown and the tackle. So, yeah,
brilliant defence from Pat.
Big up to Pat, watching with the boys.
All those
back in the UK. Bailey, Zach, hope you're doing well, mates, and we'll hopefully see you over here soon. You can come and watch a live game.
Got to say as well, Pat Benson, one of the best moustaches I've ever come across in my life.
Absolutely filth. Absolutely.
Suits him better than a full beard. He's constantly doing Movember.
Yeah. He shaved it off. Shaved it off? Yeah, I thought I saw him. I mean, he's one of those guys that grows facial hair like it's going out of fashion. It's ridiculous. Like, he's the kind of guy, you remember in The Simpsons when Homer shaves his beard and then it grows back again? That's Pat.
Yeah.
So, you know,
he's clean shaven on a Monday. By Tuesday, he's got a full face of hair.
Tuesdays, there's not even a full face of hair. Tuesday, he's got an absolute slug on his upper lip. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Pat, boys, I hope you're having a good time back home, enjoying and you well-earned time together back in the UK. Much love, and yeah.
You missed here today, Pat, but Ivesy's doing a cracking job.
He is.
Dylan, I don't know whether he's tried to grow a moustache in place of you for today, but if he has, it's not a very strong...
Dills has grown. He has grown a moustache before, and if you check out Dylan's Instagram, he's actually done a thing for Movember, but I think it's done with a stick-on moustache. Very scrappy play there. And thankfully the referees pulled it back because that was rubbish. But
we've got our main man, Terry, here, just about to walk down the dugouts. He's had his knee cleaned out. Terry, how you doing? Give us a shout out.
Oh, he's getting pissed off.
Oh, God. He's not happy, is he?
Not happy.
He's not happy.
Perfectionist, though, Artez.
I think he'd want perfect scrum time, knowing Tez. Been a bit messy at times, but I think the boys can get on top of things again here.
I'm just communicating with the wife, actually. Modern technology is phenomenal at the moment. Big shout out to the under-18s and the ladies Sharks that are watching live on YouTube. Don't score a try while I'm doing a shout out for the. Well done.
Quins have gone in. Very strong run from the outside centre for Quins there. A little show and go. Brilliant step.
My question is, where's he been hiding all game?
Well, it's that defence. They've not managed to find the ball. They've not managed to get the ball back out to the backs very often. The Quins boys from that strong defence and the rush defence that the Sharks have been putting on. But that's a welcome score for the Quins there.
Yeah, to be fair, look, the Quins deserve it because they've battled hard and the score sheet didn't reflect the game again.
Yeah.
So to have them on the board is good, and that was a good solo try there.
We've got Big Will running down the wing here at the moment. He's warming himself up Big Willie style, and he's got his mum here today. So I'm sure he's dying to get on the pitch and show his mum what his game is all about for a Shark. And he's actually making the substitution now with Gaz, and he's blessed by having Gaz's sweaty shirt put on his back. And I'm sure it's a seamless transition between the two of them. They're pretty similar in stature. Let's just see if Will can live up to Gaz's expectations with some strong carries in this game so far. I'm sure he will. He's chomping at the bit to make his mum proud. He's got his line-out tape on as well. Maybe he's going up.
While we're
he doesn't usually go up in the line-out, but he fancies his chances today, Will.
While we're here in the break of play, big shout out to the under-18s and the 19s that are playing. I mentioned them earlier in their special kit. It's gone all the way out, unfortunately, so that gives me a bit more time to plug. Big shout out to girls. Hope they're getting on okay. From what I can understand, I don't know how they got on against Maha. So girls, can you, if you're listening, I know you're listening, the wife's listening, who's playing. If you can let me know how you got on against Maha. I know the Cones game got forfeited. Let me know how you're getting on. Let me know how the 18s are getting on, and let's broadcast it. Let's spread the love far and wide. The girls are over at the Saxo Bank tournament exclusively for women, netball and rugby, and it's a great initiative and massively behind it. And I'm all for it, and that's why the girls are playing in a special kit tonight or today.
I've just got a message off our man Putes, who's over in
he's messaged
in
me
Thailand at the moment, asking if Courtney Laws is commentating on the game.
Yeah, he put that in YouTube. But who's he referring to?
I wouldn't have a clue. Surely you, Charlie. Surely you.
Well, Courtney is not from Cheshire.
He certainly isn't. Maybe it's a like for like come game time. I can't say that a snap plays as well as Courtney does.
I think Putes needs to just be a little bit more.
To be honest, Putes keep those comments coming because they are welcomed. They are welcomed.
The sun must have gone down over there. Their day must have ended.
Yeah.
Putes, if you're listening, tell us the scores. Happy to give them a shout out. I saw one result, and that's all I've seen. So let us know how you're getting on.
Looks like a couple of Shark subs are warming up at the moment. We've only got one on at the moment in Will, who's making his mum proud.
Who's Will come on for?
He's come on for Gaz.
Oh.
A lovely offload there, but it's been intercepted by Quins. Brilliant intercept.
To hold on to that.
And there, Quins have been forced into playing quite an open and expansive game just to try and get some points on the scoreboard at the moment. They're making a great break down the wing, but a brilliant tackle by Yomi.
They've got some fast backs. I mean, we saw that in the warm up and in the early stages of the game. They've got some very fast hands, very fast backs, but they just haven't been able to show what they can do yet.
Looks like they're coming into this game a little bit more, but it seems as though Sharks have got a penalty here, and the ref's calling them in for a bit of a chat. So Bryce, our captain, has gone in to have a little chat, and so's their scrum half. Actually, it's the Sharks that have been pinged. So they've retreated 10 metres now, getting set up as Quins decide what they want to do with the ball. They're going for a scrum down here.
Oh, good. I think Pewts can hear us. Made it to the semi-finals tomorrow. So the best in UAE's history. We're very happy. Japan tomorrow morning. Yeah, good on you guys. Well done. Excellent achievement. Into the semis for tomorrow, Sam. So that's wonderful. Wonderful news.
Great to see the UAE boys doing so well out in Thailand in their sevens competition.
If you're looking at the boys in blue and you're going, oof, don't they look good? Then I can only say that it is all thanks to SRG, our kit suppliers, who have done a fantastic job over the last 3 or 4 years as our club sort of built and built and built.
Got to say, that was a brilliant pickup by the Quins 8 there. Ball around his ankles, and he managed to gather it.
Ball.
But Sharks have turned over with Big Philly LaRue.
Big
Philly LaRue on his 50th cap.
Big
coming
Phil
in with a brilliant turnover.
Getting a big tap on the back from the boys.
He'll be proud of that. He'll be proud of that.
Yeah, he'll love that, and he'll listen back to this commentary, and he'll have a smile on his face. So well done, Phil.
I'm sure the lads in the dugout after the game won't hear the end of that one.
Daz has got the boot, and the ball's come right up to next to the commentary box. That's a beautiful looking ball as well from Rhino. And here we are. Ball boy is.
Ball boy's just trying to find the ball. It's eventually found its way back down to the pitch, but there's another ball in play. It's been played out there from Phil.
Oh, Big Tom's
on. Been gathered up by Tom Davis.
Yeah, Big Tom Davies is on.
Who's a real man about town. He can play front row, second row, back row.
Well,
he's a wonderful player for the forwards.
Well, I think what you'll find is as the years have gone on, he's moved closer and closer to the front row. But yeah, if he applied himself, oh man, he's got phenomenal hands. He is a lovely guy to play touch with, because he can do.
I would say he's got a lot of time on the ball.
He's got a lot of talent. That's what he has.
And he's getting better and better each game.
I'm a bit concerned about.
He's playing second row today.
I'm a bit concerned about
front row.
His position though in the front row, but
he's managed to hold his own. Lovely tackle from Bryce at 8 there on the Quins number 8.
So we're coming up towards the 60-minute mark. 31-7, penalty to Quins. I don't know, would Quins, if they'd have taken their chances and kicked a goal, would they be any closer? I'm not sure. I think. Oh, that's not even made touch. Oh, that's disappointing there. Would you say that the scoreline at the moment is fair?
I would say it's fair. I think the Sharks boys have taken the opportunities when they could, and they've applied that pressure as and when suits, really. Something that we probably struggled with over the last couple of games, our first couple of games of the season. But they've managed to notice that and put that pressure on in the right place to come away with some sort of points in the opposition half. Boys are just taking a quick break at the moment now.
Andrew's coming off. Andrew's coming off here for. I have no idea who it is. Let me just see if I can find out. Okay. Screen's frozen.
Dylan's just coming up from pitch side now, heading over to the.
Is that Scrimshaw coming on, or is he just
commentary
coming
box.
to bring on the water? The boys in the grandstands is Dill. Dill, do you want to jump on the ones and twos and give us a bit of chat?
100% not. No, thank you.
Oh, just chuck it on his head.
I was listening to you boys at home. People don't want to listen to me.
People, Dill, come here. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I've got Dulls' headphones on. They're a bit moist, mate. Bit wet behind the ears, you are. You got a professional on the decks now. Hello, YouTube. How are we doing?
Yeah, you're not a stranger to calling a game.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you. I was actually listening to you at home before I came down.
Oh yeah. Don't tell us what you really think.
I'm going to tell you what I really think, mate. And someone said this to me. You got to think why people are tuning in to watch live sport. It's not to listen to us.
Yeah.
So moments of silence are good, so
Right.
people can just sit. And ironically, I'm here talking.
Sam, do you want to take these back off him? Because all he's doing is slating us. We got a bit of good feedback. How's the game gone so far?
Very well. I think we were spoilt first half with the ascendancy, and it's got a little bit stop-start now. A few changes from the Sharks. Generally pretty happy. The stuff we've been working on of trying to identify space, trying to play space, get the ball to space.
Yep.
Crash bash set pieces are all good, but there's so much sort of grass out there, free grass to, we've got a lot of fast boys who want to get the ball in their hands. So things like this are good for us as well. Bit of game management, playing in the right areas of the field. There's not the best kick by Daz, but the idea is right. The intent, the options right. So yeah, pretty happy. Discipline's got a little bit sloppy in this second half.
Is that down to fatigue?
I don't know, because we've put people on, good impact. It could be a scoreline reflection, thinking the game's got a bit easy and people aren't as detailed in what they're trying to do. Thinking someone else would do it for them and they're just getting a bit lax. But against, no disrespect, a better side would be compounding ourselves here on the scoreboard. Luckily, we kind of get down to this area of the field and our defence kind of saves us last minute. So
Yeah.
how are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, good. Yeah, been pretty hot and entertaining up here. I thought Elliot at 9 has controlled the game really well.
He's probably, for me, one of our most improved players. He's our third scrum half we've used this season and our third game, essentially. So he's the sort of guy that's a great product of training, putting his hand up in training, improving week on week, Tuesday to Thursday. And he is a great example for the other players to almost a shining light, a beacon. Good boy.
Here's Aaron.
Yeah, so for me, Elliot is that example of improvement week on week, and he's now got the starting shirt. And it's also a testament to the numbers we've got and the strength of depth. Jay's done a fantastic job for us. Rob's going to add a little bit of energy off the bench. He's on now.
He's on now.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
But we've got good options there. But for me, Elliot, he's got a hunger to learn. And unfortunately for him, at 9, a lot of what we do is dictated by him. So if we play rubbish, we'll blame Elliot, all right?
Yeah.
Don't blame the coaches or the DOR.
And obviously I've been chatting with Sam all day as he's injured, but we've had a few, the back five has had a couple of extra personnel join the team recently. How easy is it for Sam to find his way back into the team?
Yeah,
with
interesting.
how the boys are
it's
doing.
a bit like our situation at 9. We have genuine sort of competition there. And the way the twos played today, there's probably 4 or 5 guys holding the hand up there as well. So Dulls has got a big job. He is in earshot. I know he's listening. He's got to prove his fitness, He's got gout at the moment, I think.
Well, he nearly broke his leg.
Okay.
The doctor said he was not far off a fracture.
But no, it's good. we're in a good place.
Yeah.
I think we're getting kind of 60+ numbers to training most nights, which test the old
Yeah, it was good
coaching.
I tell you what, it was good to see a couple of the vets pull their finger out
Today.
in the twos game.
Yeah, very good.
Adil was.
Couple of little moments of
like,
brilliance.
Where does that come from?
Oh, I see that. I see that on Thursday nights. I see it on Thursday night. I'll tell you why Thursday. Because on a Tuesday night, we've got 65 blokes crammed in half a pitch, and there's not much space out there, so it's a bit more crash, bash, bish, bash, bosh. Whereas Thursday night we get a full pitch. The ladies, we share with the ladies on a Tuesday, and then Thursday they've got their own field. So yeah, a bit more space on a Thursday. That's where we see those bits of brilliance. But
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for us as a coaching group is encouraging the guys to play. We have a good set piece, we have good defence, we have good hard ball runners in the forwards, but we've also got loads of attacking sort of pace out wide.
Yeah.
And I think it's just having the skill set to identify it and then get the ball to those guys. Like Yomi and Aaron here, for example, Shelley, these guys need the ball.
Yeah, well, look, you saw that Chris on his debut got the ball for a moment and scored out of nothing. So
Well, can I just tell you why? Because I told him to get off the floor, work off the ball, reload himself and be an option. Then, funnily enough, good player like Elliot sees the blind side open, and because Chris has done the work early, he gets the ball. So, yeah,
good to see.
he did all the physical work, but I kind of reminded him what he should be doing.
You conducted the orchestra.
I was that kind of dad on the sideline telling the kids what to do.
Is that the role?
No.
Is that your
Well,
role?
You're the one that employs me, mate. You know what my role is. I'm going outside of my remit here, but I know you've covered it already. But our coaches,
Shelley.
3/4 of them are away at the minute. Aren't we supposed to be talking about the game anyway?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go. You're getting some service here. You got a cold beer put in front of you.
Yeah. Cheers, Dill. Speak to you soon. Bit random to jump on the ones and twos with a 97 cap England international Dylan Hartley. It's still a pinchy moment, but yeah, the boys are really enjoying their times, their moments with Dylan, as is everyone with the club. And one who can really speak about that is our club captain, who's just put in just shy of a man of the match performance. He's Amit. Amit, how you doing, mate?
Hi Charlie, hi everyone. Hope you're enjoying the lovely day out we have here at Sport City. It would have been a man of the match until I came off at 60 minutes with double cramp, but looked like I'd been through the wars.
I just don't think you can give club captain man of the match.
No, of course not. Well, you could.
No,
but you'd have to put in a seriously good performance.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
But if you've been watching the second team game and you have any ideas for man of the match and other guy of the match, please post in the Facebook comments or YouTube comments.
Well, we were. Oh, that's a yellow card for Nick.
Oh, for Mr. Pearce.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry for anyone who's not been who's just put us on silence and not wanting to listen. But we've not really been calling the game. We've just been chatting, and Nick out at 13 has just been shown a yellow card. I wasn't even watching, to be honest. I was too busy.
I think it was for a high challenge, wasn't it? Head knock.
I had Dylan Hartley next to me, so I was just like, tongue on the floor.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? When Dylan talks to you, you kind of just stop and take it all in, and it's quite an authoritative presence.
I listened to his feedback on the commentary. Obviously, he's done a little bit of post retirement commentary, and he's looked after some of the ladies' games, and he was like, less is more. And
but he's on Amazon, like he's not on the top channels though.
That was a dagger to the heart.
Better
than BT, because BT is absolute snooze fest.
True.
Anyway, scrum to Quins. We are 31-7.
11 minutes. No.
Yeah, about 11 minutes to
11
go. 12 minutes to go. Game's gone a bit flat with a few breaks in play.
I think Quins are pressing Sharks a lot at the moment.
I think Sharks have won that ball back, and they're going to have to play a little bit harder now with only 14 players on the pitch, with Nick down, in the bin du Bupel.
There's Daz the fly half with a nice little kick out to the 22 on the far side.
How was the game for the twos?
Great game. So
physical, how was it?
Yeah, it was physical. Obviously, we had different game plans. The Quins boys are more of an older side. They want to play a lot of route one rugby around the rucks, and the Sharks want to play completely opposite today. And
which is not normally Sharks rugby,
of course not. But it was good. I think there was only one forward who scored one of our tries. Maybe the rest were all backs.
Yeah, Rob Harris scored.
Rob Harris, great line that was, Rob. Cambridge rower he was actually.
Gav could have scored, but he got
sniped.
He tried to juggle.
No, it was a very good, very, very good game. Very proud. A lot of guys put their hands up for the first team.
Yeah, but then again, you watch a game like this and it's like, who's it's
Quins on the outside, but unluckily bad pass there. Lucky for Sharks. It'd be good not to concede while Nick is off for his 10 minutes.
Yeah, that'll be a big triumph. Yeah. And how the calves? Because you look down and out on 60 minutes. I thought we were going to have to get an ambulance.
Yeah, luckily I manned up after about 10 minutes of being on the ground, and our great medic Ian McAvoy actually.
It was
really
a long time on the ground.
It was. It felt. I just wanted the ground to swallow me up. To be honest, I wanted to get off the pitch, but I couldn't move. It's okay. That's why we're here as club captain, to make sure all the boys are good. And I was there running on water, so shame I didn't get to play 80 minutes, but it is what it is. And we have a knock on from the Sharks deep into their 22, Quins ball.
Yeah, well, if it's anything to go by, the Sharks scrum are doing a decent job, and I'd like to see them put a big shove here, and just, if anything, disrupt the ball.
Yeah, we've got to
don't give Quins easy ball here at this position on the pitch.
We've got great depth in that second row actually.
Yeah,
obviously, Gaz.
The front row will be asking a lot of each other right now. Just do some damage. Tom's.
It's a good shove from the Sharks, but it's come out from the 8 from Quins. It's been tackled by Rents. Spin wide.
Bit of a tussle in the midfield.
Oh, and it's been lost forward.
The ball's been ripped out.
Grounded by the 15 for Sharks.
So
looks like it was taken over by Sharks. So it's going to be a scrum down to the Quins on the 5. They definitely want to score here, don't they, Charlie?
It wouldn't have been taken over by the Sharks.
Or was it?
Would it?
Yeah, because if it was kicked forward by the Quins, it would have been a dropout or a 20. Yeah, it would have been a goal line dropout.
Is that not where the 22? Goal line dropout comes into play?
It is, Charlie. Yes.
So why is there a 5 metre scrum?
Because I think the Sharks were deemed to have taken it over their own line, and then it would, if the Quins had put the ball into the end zone or the dead ball zone, then the Sharks put it down. Then it would have been a.
Every day's a school day.
Yeah. Well, if anyone wants to sign up for refereeing in the UAE, we are looking for UAE referees.
Yes, absolutely. Great shout, Amit. Tell us a bit more.
And it's the Quins, and they have scored in the corner, unfortunately. Just a simple overlap, simple passing, and that brings them up to 12 points with a conversion to come.
Yeah, 31-12 kick to come.
And the Quins are trying to get there quickly.
I'm not sure if they've got time to really produce the comeback. Hopefully, Sharks can neutralise this dominance. But yeah, Amit, just talk to us a little bit more about the referee stuff.
Sure. UAE referees are recruiting heavily. As the game of rugby is growing in Dubai, they definitely need more people. I've signed up myself. I'm waiting for a course.
You have?
It's a very simple...
With Bryce as well?
With Bryce, yeah. 2 of the Sharks boys. And it's very simple. You do a few online courses, attend a day with the UAE Rugby referees. It's about an 8-hour day, and then you get qualified. And then hopefully you'll get a few games. And the best thing about UAE refereeing is because it's not so big as, say, in the UK at the moment, you can progress quite well. We've had one of our referees who refs us, he actually refereed at the Sevens as well.
Yeah.
On one of the main pitches. He was an assistant referee.
And, Yako is he's out in Thailand, isn't he?
He is. So you can go somewhere with that. And it's a way to be part of the rugby without having to actually play the game. And some people have injuries.
Are you doing it because it's coming towards the end of your career, or are you doing it for a love of being in the middle of the pitch, or what's the motivation behind you doing it, Anna?
For me, I'm doing it to give back to rugby. Rugby's taught me a lot over my life. It's given me a lot of good skills. But I'm doing it for a bit of both. You never know when you need to hang up the boots, and it'd be nice to have a little skill in the back pocket. So yeah, I used to referee before, actually, for a junior Warwickshire junior program.
Nice.
Long time ago.
Rian here on the side of the pitch. He was a very, very fierce competitor not too many seasons ago, and he started. I think he started refereeing the year of COVID.
Right.
So he got involved in a lot of the girls' games that we played. And he's doing really, really well. He's nice guy. Got a good.
Very fair referee. We had him in the second team game earlier, and he's a very, very good referee. Talks to you a lot, gives you good warnings. Yeah, I like his style for sure. As the captain of that team, it was nice to interact with him for sure.
Yeah.
So we're down here just in the Quins half. It's a scrum to the Sharks. We've got Rob Scrimshaw on, actually.
Yeah, he's been on for a while, actually, if you weren't paying attention. Vegas.
So it's a very big difference on our scrum halves. The Rob Scrimshaw, a.k.a. Vegas, he's got a very good little snipe round the rucks. He's got a good tackle on him.
He just keeps the energy up. I thought Elliot had a fantastic game.
He did. He did.
But I'm a big fan of Vegas and what he can do. And what he continues to do is provide energy around the ruck.
We've got big Will James out there in the pocket. Oh, unfortunately he's knocked it on. He won't be happy with himself there. I'll tell him later as well.
If that results to a try, he will be up for a beer.
But it's luckily the Quins have knocked on.
Bit of fumbling going on here, which is
must be the tiredness in the legs. It's still quite warm here. To be
fair, it happened in your game as well. There was a moment where it was all getting flat. Getting a bit flat. Too many knock-ons.
There's big Stu Mackay, the most gentlest northern man I've ever met, but he's got a great tackle on him as well.
I don't know if that guy who's just taken it in, I think it's their number 7. I don't think he's too happy. Yeah.
No, unfortunately we've got one Quins player down there. Oh, great tackle by big Will James. He might have redeemed himself there with a dominant tackle.
Medics are coming on to see him. He looked a little bit uncomfortable when he first went hit the ground. There's a few Quins boys with their heads on the ground here. And the referee's going to stop play and just sort of pick up the pieces a little bit here. Okay, so we've got a update from the Saxo Bank tournament. And the update is the under-18s girls are in the Shield final and it's in play, and the 15s girls seconds are the Shield winners, and the under-15 girls ones are in the cup final in play. Amazing to see.
That is fantastic to see, Charlie. It's great to have the girls playing so well. And they're having a very good run of results recently, actually.
I really enjoy watching them, especially the tag girls, because they are they've played a lot of tag, but their support play, their lines that they run, it's not like anything that we learnt as kids when we were learning about rugby. That because they're coming through the tag system, their running lines are phenomenal, and it's ridiculous. And you're seeing this success in the under-15s straight away. You know, they've got Crystalline and Orla and a few of the other senior girls that are helping them along the way, but they've come into under-18s girls having not done contact, but their support play is phenomenal. You know, and it's just great to watch. Really enjoyable.
Obviously, got a great figure there in Crystalline Steinhobel, the ladies director of rugby, ex-South Africa Sevens international. Actually, it's great to have a figurehead for them.
Yeah, she knows her way around the pitch, that's for sure.
Luckily, we have Nick Pearce back on after his 10-minute sin bin, so Sharks up to a full complement of 15 now.
That must mean that we've only got a few more minutes to go. Yeah, only a few more minutes to go. Game's gone a little bit flat. The scoreline, I don't think Quins can ever come back. Mary out to Daz with a switch play into Stu, the 41-year-old veteran who is an absolute battering ram up the middle of the field.
Beast, isn't he?
Nev first receiver.
Oh, great passing by Shark
Here
here.
we
It's out
go.
to the wide. One more on.
And here's some wonderful rugby to
Probably the wrong decision by Sheldon here. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Tom Scorgie looks to be down and in some sort of discomfort. We're just gonna.
I think the ref's going to stop time again. Unfortunately, another injury. Doesn't look too great for our new second row Tom. Come from the Blackheath Rugby Club in the UK.
My dad, I think, played for Blackheath
Really?
back
Amazing.
in the day. Yeah.
Great lad.
A billion years ago.
Hopefully it's not too bad, but he is clutching his leg a little bit.
Well, the problem with Scorgie is this is his sort of second game back after a new ACL. He played to a pretty high level back in the UK, and he's just moved over here after an ACL injury. What's good to see that it's not his knee. It's not his knee. So
I think it's the ankle that was a little bit sore this week as well. Maybe
it looks like his left ankle, and I'm pleased to see that it is not his knee. So Nev still on. So the front row as it stands is Tom with Phil LaRue on his 50th cap. Nev taking water.
To be fair to Nev, he's done pretty well. He's playing 80 minutes a lot these days. He's a pretty beast.
Scorgie looks like he's going to come off. So Big Will is going to be accompanied. He's going to be accompanied by.
Looks like Andrew's coming back on again. It looks like.
Yeah. So Andrew might come into the front row here, and that might mean that Tom goes and sits in the second row.
Great.
I'm not sure how it's going to work. We'll see. That's just.
And it's the Quins.
Is that guy?
Centre.
Why is this guy not being used more in the game? Like, he's nailing meters.
So, Charlie, while the games of progress, I'm going to thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for letting me commentate. I'm going to let Sam come back because I feel like he's done a great job. So. Hope you enjoy the game, everyone.
He's been sat in the wings waiting.
I know. He's been a great guy, though. Great guy. So I'll hand you back to Sam. Thanks.
Thank you, Amit. Thanks for your insight. Always good to have club captain and insight from the twos game. Live on the ones and twos. Sam, are you okay?
I'm good.
Did you miss me?
I did. Of course I did, Charlie. I'm sure your wonderful dulcet tones. What was going on here? Maybe that is the zesty refreshers coming into place there. Looks like Sharks have defending their try line again. Quins have tapped and gone, carried it up the middle.
So have you been watching the game while you've been off the mic?
I certainly have.
And what's your feedback? What are you saying?
Quins have definitely found their way back into the game. Probably a few tired Shark boys out there at the moment, defending their line brilliantly in this half and trying to keep the Quins backs under wraps. Really, their 13's really found his way into the game in this second half.
Yeah, he has.
And it played out brilliantly to their wingers. Actually,
there he is.
Oh, there he is. He's gone. He's gone in, got some meat pie, and
the frustrating thing for the
like
Quins,
a rat up a drain pipe there, wasn't he?
Well, I mean, the frustrating things for the Quins boys is a little bit too late. You know, the stars have come out, but produced in the second half. And if you go back to what Dylan said, is we were given a few fortunate moments in the first half, but I also have to put it down to the fact that we were more clinical. We were more decisive in our decision making. We were more clinical in the first half that took the game away ultimately from Quins.
Definitely, and I think the boys took their opportunities as they came up. And I think what I said in the first half as well, they struggled to do that in the first couple of games this season. And when those opportunities arise, they've managed to capitalise on that, which is great to see. Quins boys definitely found their way back into this game though in the second half. In the late stages, but it's looking like it should be pretty comfortable for the Sharks boys at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just looking down at the
minutes
bench.
left on the clock.
Yeah, I'm just looking down on the bench. Brycey's up there. All the, all the boys are up there. Chris, Brycey, and Tyrone. I think they've emptied the bench. Is that safe to say now?
Yeah, I think they have emptied the bench, and bench has come on, put some brilliant input into the game since coming on and putting their mark on it. But it's fair to say Quins have really come out firing in this last 20 or so. Lovely ball out the back to them, but the Sharks' defence is up fast. Still managed to find its way to the wing, and they're making a great break, gaining some fantastic yards up the wing there.
Wow.
Lovely step inside, in, out, a ball back inside, and it's found its way to the wing, and that centre that we were on about before has gone in the corner for a try.
Where's this come from? Where's this rugby? Why was this rugby from Quins not here from the start? We saw it in the first couple of minutes, and then it just disappeared. You know, they've clearly got some quality.
I think the Sharks boys, their defence in that first half, and probably the first half of the second half as well, was quite prominent, and the Quins boys found it hard to play that ball out. But
it's been called a knock-on, Sam.
as the game's been played, it's managed to find its way out to those quite electric Quins backs, and they're able to put a few extra points on the board. Luckily, that last try that we thought has been called back for a forward pass. So it's scrum down and Sharks ball.
Sorry, Sam, to interrupt here. Quick shout out to Heather. Heather is a proud mum of Elliot, who's played 9 today, and has played brilliantly. I thought he controlled the game really, really well. As Dylan mentioned earlier, he's our 3rd scrum half that we've selected to start this season. Just
shows what great strength in depth and competition there is in the Sharks team at the moment.
Well, I think if you actually go back, certainly the Pumas game, Jay was man of the match. It wouldn't surprise me if Elliot's given man of the match tonight. I don't know. Maybe someone else got other ideas, but it just goes to show you. And Scrimshaw, who's played Sharks for a number of years now, he's still good quality and does everything that is asked for him of a player. It just goes to show you this. Here you go, and there's Rob now, absolutely on tee there. Thank you, Mr. Rob, for giving me the opportunity to blow you up, and you show me justification. Just goes to show
that whole play there up to getting inside the Quins half here is come from Marie, who's playing 6. Who's played a fantastic game.
A chip over the top from Nick, and it's taken back over by the Quins, and that is the end of the game. And Sharks have won the game 31-19.
Got to say, a brilliant performance from the boys here today.
A couple of tries last minute from the Quins have, I wouldn't say flatter them, but it was a lot more comfortable for a lot longer period of the game. And Sam, your thoughts on that?
A brilliant performance from the Sharks boys. I think that first half really took it away from Quins, and they had a long way to come back from that. They certainly made their yards in the second half and put their stamp on the game, but that early lead led the Sharks to their victory there, and it was fantastic to see the boys see it through, and so close to a try right in the depth of the game there at the end. How about yourself, Charlie? What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, look. If you look back at the history and you look at this fixture, I think we've won 1 of 5. I remember 3 or 4. Just post-COVID, actually, we went up to Quins. We thought we could do a number on them, and we didn't. I remember picking the captain up at the time and taking him to hospital with a damaged knee. And we just, always been a tricky one with Quins. We always think that you could go and do something on them. If you look at their league position.
And we had a hell of a battle at the end of last year. So last game of the season at the Sevens on a Friday night, and I certainly think, especially after the Quins game last weekend, that we struggle with Friday night lights. But it was great to see the boys turn up and get this win today against a very strong Quins outfit in their first and second team.
Yeah, and it is. But you got to look at Quins, and they are a phenomenal outfit, and you know, tip a lot of hats to what they do. Their numbers are massive and good on them, and you know, their Prem team weren't playing today. They could have easily tried to do a number on us, and they stuck with their Div 1 team, and great to see. And you know, love playing Quins. It's always a good game. It's never played in bad taste, and good luck to them for the rest of the season. And they're number 7, I think. You know, I mentioned him at the beginning of the season. This guy actually is just walking down the tunnel now. He's got an ice pack on his hip. He's a great player, and he would have been a thorn in our side today, and he was just neutralised, and it was great to see. And I think that's where you got to take credit to the Sharks. Is we've got boys in the squad now that neutralise the opposition. So yeah, it's great to see. I'm very happy, speaking with my chairman's hat on. I imagine that Josh and Dill and Terry will be sat around with the ones now as they are, having a conversation, and they'll be pissed off in areas. They'll be looking at ways that they could have played better. But yeah,
as always with any team performance when it comes to the Sharks, as much as we're happy for a win, it's always important that we take some lessons from the games and see where our development can be made within the game. And it's fantastic to see that the boys, loss, win, whatever it may be, they can come together collectively, and they can recognise that, and they can push on from their performances. And I think that'll come into fruition again. Anything that we felt that was a weak point for us today, that'll be rectified, and something that we focus on going into training next week, and the game against Sharjah here at Sports City this time next week.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's a quick turnaround. Sharjah are going to be no pushovers, and they need to. The boys need to be ready for that game for sure, and it'll be, and there's 2 training sessions. And as Dylan was saying, you know, the first training session is very, very tight areas. Second one, you've got a full pitch to work on. So, yeah, it's we need to keep winning, and how we do that is down to what the boys do react to this weekend. But I'm sure they'll all go and have a few jars to celebrate, because it was really, really important that we got back on track against a very, very strong club like Abu Dhabi Harlequins.
Definitely, and a big shout out really for Abu Dhabi rocking up for this double header today. It's not always easy getting 2 full teams out for 80-minute games, and they've been brilliant today, coming down here from Abu Dhabi. And but it's also just as good to see the Sharks boys come away with wins in both the first and the second game. As the Sharks go in the tunnel at the moment, getting some applause from the second team boys.
So we got Tuts back with us for a bit of a debrief. Tuts, what you've obviously watched the game. Tell me your thoughts on how that went.
Game of 2 halves. Sharks won them both. But
okay.
No, it's very good. A little bit disjointed when the subs came in. But I've got 2 shout out. One to Tom Davis. Little people know he's actually a Muay Thai champion now, so he doesn't get the credit he deserves. And also the big shout out of the day is Will James's mum's here.
Yes,
so
she is.
Everyone comment and say hello, Will James's mum.
Well, we've had everyone else's mum on the live chat, so it's nice to have a mum here in person.
Yeah. So shout out to all your mums out there. You're all doing great, and you've got a load of fine children who have just won 2 games. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week when we are playing Sharjah. So, a little known fact about Sharjah, it's a northern emirate. So that doesn't mean it's a plane up north. It means it's a place in the United Arab Emirates in the northern hemisphere. So that's a little fact. Climate's still the same to Dubai. Very, very Irish. I don't know why. I think they all love Ireland, but they all leave Ireland. No one gets it. But yeah, so we can see Will James here looking for his mum in the crowd. Dylan Hartley next to him wearing a lovely bucket hat. If you want to buy them, they're on the store. And then one last plug. Dubai Budgie Smugglers, Dubai Sharks Budgie Smugglers coming soon. They'll be available on Timo once I work out how Timo works.
No, we'll put them through the club shop.
We'll put them through the club shop at a bargain price of overpriced. But it's worth it. And if you want to look good, get some budgies. So to anyone, comment please saying Uno Peros, Uno Mas. Comment Uno Mas on the live chat if you want some Budgie Smugglers. That is UNO spacebar MAS. Uno Mas, which means you want 4 pairs and you're going to spend 1,000 dirhams on them. Lovely, jubbly, goodbye.
Okay, well, always a pleasure to have Tuts in the ground and on the ones and twos. Just a big, massive shout out to the under-18s girls who are the Shield winners at the Saxo Bank tournament. That news has just come through, so massive congratulations to them. That is that's the first time that we've had an under-18s girls team represent the Sharks. They came up from under-15s, and there's a couple of girls that played for our women's team last year that are involved amongst that. So huge achievement there. Well done to
amazing
you girls.
Work from the girls there.
Yeah,
brilliant.
we're going to wait to hear on the results of the under-15s twos and ones. So the twos are in the Shield. Sorry, the twos already won the Shield, and the ones are waiting to hear from the Cup final. That's really confusing. Why don't you just check our socials when we get the results in? Anyway, I don't think we're going to get anyone else up here for a chat. I'm just trying to look to see who's down.
No, I think the boys are all heading in for their well-earned zesty beverage.
Yeah, I think it's time to
pull the plug.
Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been
Loved
a
it.
Wonderful experience with you, Charlie.
Hopefully I don't do it again with you.
What are you on about?
Well, hopefully you're playing.
Well, fingers crossed, yeah. Fingers crossed I'll be on the pitch for Sharjah next week.
Yeah.
And I can try and put my mark on the game, but it's hard with such brilliant depth and competition for places at training.
Well, I did ask Dylan this. I said, how's Sam going to find his way back into the team? And he said, yep, got a problem.
Really?
So let's see.
No, I look forward to that. I look forward to it.
I know you've got the minerals to try. So I'll hopefully be calling your game next weekend.
Yes, looking forward to it, Charlie. Looking forward to it.
All
Cheers,
right.
everyone, for tuning in, and big shout out to all the parents, fans, everybody tuning in from far afield, and of course Will James's mum. She was a brilliant support today. Guys, we'll hopefully see you next weekend. We'll see if we can find someone to foot the bill to cover us for the live stream. If you would like to assist us and pay for the live stream, please feel free to contact me at chairman@Dubai Sharks. We can hopefully do this again sometime.
Lovely plug.
All right. Charlie. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. See you all
Enjoy the
soon.
rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.